only do things incredible can. Cause I am the seed of a chosen breed. You don't see too many like me. Cause I am one of the reasons you do what you do. When you wanna be me instead of you. Cause I am still on beat, showing love to the streets. Come on, you know me, cause that's who I am.
Sports Talk with Kevin Hastings, Hunter Yancey, Tom Centofanti, Terry Reinhardt. But today it's Tom Centofanti. We have
Good
Banana
Lord.
Tom, Terry, Kevin, and give me a minute. I'll remember eventually.
He already forgot my name.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I'm gone.
Y'all
for
sat
like
in there
2
for
weeks.
like
I
10
know,
minutes talking
I'm
to
going to
me.
do
Hey,
this.
look, I
Starts
knew
with a J.
I'll eventually remember.
Starts
Okay?
with a J.
Ends with a Lynn.
Jalen.
Yeah.
There you go.
Sorry, I am so sorry. It's still way
This is
too
great.
early in the morning.
Good morning, JP.
Good morning.
Oh, yes. Oh, that's
But
awesome.
I think I do need to mention something. I'm sorry about last week. I got locked out of my apartment. I didn't have no control over that. I was not with it. I had a very
What do you
late
mean you had
night.
no control over that? You had all the control over that.
I wasn't awake when I closed my door. Believe me, I was like, "Oh no, tell me
It's
please."
okay.
JP, so this week you're gonna text me. I've got your address. So, I'm just gonna pick you up. Okay. Jalen's proven that she can get here. She just got to get some coffee going. And but you and Tom struggle to get here on time sometimes. So
I was here on time today.
He gets his coffee, and maybe he just takes too much time making his coffee. You know how the teachers are. It's just coffee.
Well, not really. My mom was my teacher because I was homeschooled. But to be honest, I mean, she never drank coffee. So
Yeah.
Okay.
I started drinking coffee with my mom when I was about 8 years old.
Really? I've
never had
Me
coffee.
neither.
I can't do it.
I tried it one time, JP, and I said, this is not me.
Amen to that. It's just so bitter.
I'm not saying I don't like the smell enough for it to be that close to me.
I like the smell.
No. You're fine.
No.
You're 100% fine.
I like the smell of it in my house.
Oh yeah,
When
the
it's
smell is
brewing.
fantastic. It's just the taste of it. It's just ugh.
It's just one of those okay. So for example, cucumbers. I can't stand them because of the smell.
Oh, I love
can't eat them, smell them, taste. Someone had them in water one time at a place thing I went to, and I was like, okay, y'all just want me to leave?
Yeah, that I don't understand. That's
I'm not doing that.
Well,
But the lotion and stuff too.
I want to start this by saying our title sponsor, Friendship Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. 190 Oak Street Extension, Forest City, North Carolina, 828-919-3001. Or Friendship Nissan at 156 Oak Street Extension, Forest City, North Carolina, 828-245-1661. If you need yourself a brand new car like Tom does, Tom Centofanti, you need to call them, Tom. It's 828-919-3001 or 828-245-1661. Tom, get you a brand new car.
Now you can get
Today.
Now Terry, you can get brand new. You can get pre-owned. They've got all kinds of cars over there in Forest City. In fact, I've got it pulled up, and since I think Terry now would be a good time for me to just pull it up and kind of go over some of the deals these guys got. So maybe some of the folks listening, driving
That's
around,
it.
especially on Highway 150 today, can maybe get some deals that come in. So they've got some. Excuse me. They got a nice 2021 4Runner, Tom, with only 7,000 miles. They've got a Tacoma up there, a Ford Raptor. That's what Tom needs, Terry.
That's it.
Now, Tom, you can save $8,000 right now on a Ford Raptor and get it for only $73,000. So you save $8,000
You're a
right now. It's
teacher,
only
Tom. You can afford
only
it.
$9,000. Well, Terry's been a teacher for a long time. Surely he's saved up a lot of money
Oh,
for
he
this
does.
for
He
the Raptor.
does.
We got a Jeep Grand Cherokee, $5,000 off, $36,000. You can get one of those. I mean, these are some, and when I say these are newer models, these aren't older models. These are 2020s, 2021s.
You know the worst part about it?
Of what?
He's probably had to give his daughter gas money this morning. to bring him on in to work.
Well, we've got a biscuit for
Yeah.
for when she gets here. And Jalen, I don't know if can you make her some coffee? You got extra coffee or anything like that for her, or anything like that?
No,
she
I
got
just
hers.
heated this up
She's
when I got
okay.
here.
I didn't know
Yeah.
the procedure of how the coffee was even here, because I know I don't.
I made
I
it
don't-
at my house.
Andre and a couple other folks too in the morning maybe, but I don't particularly take part in the coffee drinking, so I don't know how to answer that question. Hey, Tom, I got a 2005 Wrangler, 18 grand, only 50,000 miles.
How about that?
That's a good deal. 2010 Ford Mustang, Terry.
How about that? 12.
You know, speaking of, that's kind of relevant to today.
That can replace what he's
Mhm.
got.
2010 Ford Mustang, 12 grand, only 12 grand, Tom, 90,000 miles. I mean, that's fantastic deals up there. Thomas Borgello in the gang, all kinds of great deals up there. Terry, I'm just finding all kinds. The folks online, if you're listening and want to watch the show, folks, we do have a video podcast of this.
They got some good
going.
prices up there. A 2013
Right.
Ford Explorer XLT for, what is it,
13 grand.
Heck yeah.
Ford Explorer, 13 grand, and there's your Chevy Cruze, a Bighorn, another Raptor for only 36 grand. It's got 126,000 miles. You get a Raptor, half off on that one, Tom, of a newer one. But I want to thank Thomas and the gang up there at Friendship Nissan. Terry, give those addresses and everything.
I will. Friendship Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, 190 Oak Street Extension, Forest City, North Carolina. And that number is 828-919-3001. Tom, did you write that down? 828-919-3001. Or you can go to Friendship Nissan at 156 Oak Street Extension, Forest City, North Carolina, 828-245-1661. Tom, again for you, 828-245-1661.
You know, the great thing about Friendship Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram is that if you're riding around and someone's giving you a ride and you've got your phone with you, Terry, you got internet capability, you can call them right now. You can schedule a test drive. You can go online, schedule a test drive right now, and have that wonderful, lovely person that's driving you around, your poor soul, take you straight to a car dealership
That's
and
it.
get you a new one. Can't
You know, he should call you in right now and say, Kevin, you know what? I'll probably not be there today. I'm on my way to Friendship Nissan.
I mean, it would be a smart thing. We're just trying to help out.
That's right, Tom.
friend.
It's a friend. Friends help friends out.
At Friendship Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Forest City. How about a Cherokee Trailhawk, 20 grand? Just all kinds of cars. I mean, just trucks, SUVs, Mustangs to replace your old one, worn out Mustangs, and more. So, well, good morning, Terry. How's your biscuit from Mitchem's Kitchen this morning, or breakfast? Is it gone?
Well, almost.
I'm halfway
gone.
through my sausage biscuit.
I had a pancake with some liver mush on mine.
Now,
Is what I had.
I'll see what Jalen says to this and what Terry says to this. So I asked the kids the other day. They went camping with mom and dad. I said, "What'd y'all have for breakfast?" And they said, "Pancakes." I said, "So y'all had cake for breakfast?" And they argue with me that they're not having cake. They're having breakfast pancakes.
Pancake.
Now, is pancakes a cake, Jalen?
I mean, it's made out of batter, so I mean, you could call it a cake.
It's actually called a cake. That was my argument with the children, and so I just wanted to, it's a cake. Why would that be? Why would that not be like it's breakfast dessert, right? That was my point to them. Y'all are having dessert, but you didn't have any food with the dessert. You just eat just pancakes? I'm just asking questions.
You got to
here.
have some syrup.
I mean, I know that. I mean, like,
there's no way I
what'd
can
you
eat
say
a
you had?
pancake.
What'd you say you had, Terry?
I had pancakes and syrup with some liver mush.
So you had liver mush for breakfast, cake for dessert, pancakes for dessert.
I usually eat my pancake first. You know how when you're
okay.
younger and you want your dessert first?
Well, my family last night, we had to do that because, if you're going to get your food and go or whatever, and ice cream's included, you got to eat your ice cream first in this temperature. So we eat the ice cream on the way home
I can see that.
and then eat the food.
I can
Take
see
a quick
every
break.
bit of that.
Take a
Yes.
quick break and then eat the food later. All right, Terry, Mitchem's Kitchen from breakfast this morning.
Yeah,
we,
704-276-1155.
Jalen's back this morning. Good morning, Jalen. Now,
Good morning.
well, I'm trying to pull. I was about to pull up their info there, Terry. Yeah. What did you have this morning? Have you got on yours yet? The sunrise wrap.
I just finished my coffee, but I do have
Okay.
a sunrise wrap.
Well, Chief Wahoo has walked in the building, so we were ready for the morning broadcast. It looks like, Terry.
Yeah, we
Good-
understand.
We understand. Good morning. We're talking about breakfast right now. As
Glad you could make it,
Do not
Tom.
put that stupid thing in my seat
listen,
as if I called in sick this morning.
listen, Tom. It is you can't control what the interns do around here. So don't come in
Jaden
just
didn't do that.
throwing things
Jalen
around.
didn't do that.
I mean, it's just because she didn't do it doesn't mean it wasn't her
She
idea,
didn't do it. No, I don't believe it.
or she didn't laugh at it.
Grown man passing off
What?
what he did wrong on somebody else. Grown
That
man.
happens all the time in the business world. Wasn't me.
It was the interns. Okay.
Sorry, we got hacked, Tom.
Yeah, we did.
That's
We
what
did.
happened. We're talking about breakfast right now.
Well, I tell you what.
he wants
with,
you, but Terry wants you
with
to
all
read.
my automotive difficulties, I may need to get to Friendship Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram 190 Oak Street Extension. Would you take a trade in on a Ford Mustang that intermittently is operational?
They'll take a trade in on anything.
Okay.
He's
Four-
got one up there for you. We
Yeah,
just
did you
told
not
you about
hear us
that.
talking about it, Tom?
Yeah.
We were talking about they've got a 2010 up there right now.
Yeah,
Used
for
one
13,000.
just 12 and a half grand.
For a Mustang?
Yes.
Oh.
I'll bring it up to just
Is
right.
it a
you go.
GT? You know, I have to have
I-
an 8-cylinder.
Oh yes, because the other one works so great.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I think
There you go.
I think it's one of those things where I think it's the
It's a
the fuel.
6-cylinder.
Okay, it's a
5-speed automatic.
That'll get you
Tor-
where you need to go.
Yeah.
Torch red, 12 grand, Tom. Not only 90,000 miles at Friendship Chrysler Jeep Dodge.
I might have to go see our friends over there. Or I could get a Nissan. They're reliable. 156 Oak Street Extension in Forest City. 828-245-1661. To call Friendship Dodge if you want that Mustang. It's 828-919-3001. And, you know, it's when vehicles start acting weird.
Yeah.
And he basically said, look, man, it started right up when you got here. I was like, okay. And then a day later, it's doing the same thing. I think I got something in the fuel pump. Something.
Could
It
be.
acts like it's out of gas, you know. And I think mechanics overthink things. Oh, it could be others. No, it's fuel pump. You don't want to take the gas tank off because you got to take the gas tank off to do it. It's just one of those things. But I'm here.
Tom, we're
I-
glad
Well,
you
what'd you
made
order
it.
for breakfast? We're looking at the breakfast menu at Mitchem
I did
Kitchen while
have
we're waiting on you to
I
get it.
had a bacon, egg, and cheese, which
All right.
I'm not going to eat on the air right now because that wouldn't be professional.
Well, we've been way past that.
Yeah, probably. But I'm gonna bacon, egg, and cheese on toast is what I get every week, and then I guess we have an extra sandwich again today.
Yes, we
Terry,
did.
for somebody.
We were
Had an
we were
extra
announcing on the radio for
That's it.
for Anna to come
Was
on
you
in
not
and say
listening,
hello
Tom?
and get the biscuit.
No.
I tell you, I just
He was
hopped in the
scared,
truck and got
Terry.
here as far as fast as I could.
She had her Bluetooth
The-
on. He was
the-
scared to ask it, to listen to you
Yeah.
rag him. is
I
what
tell
it
you,
was.
I
we
was-
got
I was
replay on
hustling.
YouTube. We'll tag you
Yeah,
on
you
Facebook.
have to do
We'll send
that
it to him.
because I was hustling on in. And then I started putting it on CSL, but this show's not on CSL. It's only on LON. So I
You got that wrong. We're on
Oh,
CSL.
yeah.
CSL,
And
not
not
LON.
LON.
Okay. All right. I couldn't because I always
Terry,
use,
how long's he worked here?
I know a long time.
JP, how you doing?
I usually do on KTC broadcast.
Have you
or
not
Facebook.
been paying attention?
Facebook Live is where I usually.
Well,
if I
well,
listen to
JP
it.
even forgot.
JP did a bang up job
Jay-
of introducing
this
Jalen.
morning.
If
Did
you
he?
could-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could not remember her name.
After talking to her for 10 minutes.
Hey, look. I don't ask. Oh yeah, you might want to tell me your name. I'm trying to be polite here. Now I don't have to do it on the air. I could just say, and our lady interns with us said that's. What do you want me to say that?
That's probably better
well,
than saying I don't remember your name.
The best thing you could do, JP, was Kevin. What's her name?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
you
but
should
it'd
know.
still be on air.
No,
I think
before.
that the best
Oh,
thing
yeah,
you could
before, yeah.
probably do would be to just remember it.
Oh, look at that!
There
Ooh,
you Snapdragon.
There you go. Maybe you need to write that down, JP.
Ooh.
I'm not gonna write it down.
Take a pic. Hey,
I'll just put a sticky
Take-
note on my forehead.
tag a picture in your mind.
I did 2 weeks ago, but she hasn't been here for 2 weeks. I don't need to remember after 2 weeks.
You don't remember somebody's name after 2 weeks.
I don't need to
If I
remember
know the person,
after. Well, he didn't remember Philip Russ after.
No, he didn't.
There you go.
Or Philip Rudd.
Perfect
Well, I can
example.
understand you forgetting somebody like Philip.
Right. But yeah.
You know what you never do, JP. I'm just going to give you a nickel's worth of free advice. Never forget a female's first name. They get very upset when you don't remember that.
Did you not see her neck wobble a little bit right there when she told you better remember it next time?
You can call a guy by the wrong name all day, and he probably won't even say anything.
That's exactly
Like
right.
if I called Terry Timmy all day, he probably wouldn't say anything to the end of the day.
He wouldn't tell him
And
wrong.
probably just poke you at the end and say, "Hey, it's Terry, not Tim." Oh, my fault. But if you call Jennifer Jordan, she's gonna say, "That's not my name."
So we've got sports on the show today.
Yeah, we do.
That's where I turn off my
I promise
mic.
we do. We've got Legion today, Terry, right? 4-7.
Yes.
Cherville plays the nightcap tonight against Wilmington. Big games. Wilmington and Fuquay Varina came into this tournament undefeated. Both of them have now been defeated. Cherville's on a win streak. So now Cherville's the only team in the tournament that's 3-0.
Yes.
So they'll get Wilmington tonight, Fuquay Varina and Rowan County at 4 o'clock. On KTC broadcast will be live about 3:30.
Just want to give a shout out to your young guys, Logan and Chapman, who do a good job with the broadcast. And listen to them a little bit.
Chapman's like 42, ain't he?
Oh, is he?
No, I'm just playing.
I'll get ready to say. He looks a lot younger
Matt,
than me.
I think he told me he's 31 or
Okay.
29. What did he tell me?
Once you
told
get-
me.
once you get-
he may be
Once you
younger
get
than
once you get my age, everybody looks young. But I thought they did a good job. And
that.
listen.
Now
to,
Logan's 18.
Yeah,
He just graduated.
Listen to Danny and Tim. They did a good job with the charitable game. That charitable game I was listening. Boy, it was a church softball game, 12-9.
Yeah.
But I just want to give a shout out to our Burns kid, Brady Makel, who came in and shut the door. 2 scoreless innings, I believe, to finish that game last night. So good job for post 100, and a good job for Makel representing Burns on that team. And now it's on to the semis.
I think should be some good games tonight, Terry. Although, the way Cherville beat Rowan, Fuquay could do the same, couldn't they?
I think so. I mean, it could happen, but I mean, that's like yesterday when me and Jason was doing Fuquay, Varina.
Few.
Yeah.
Like
Fuquay.
FEW.
That's it.
Like your vocabulary has a few words in it.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Hey,
Fuquay
okay.
Varina.
Okay. A lot of people like listen to me because I don't try to put other words in that I don't need to really say.
We noticed.
Tom.
We noticed.
You know?
We
But-
noticed. We noticed your Dr. Seuss vocabulary. Go ahead.
Yeah. But anyway, as we was doing the game yesterday, me and Jason had I ain't gonna say had a hard time because the game was going on, but you could tell that Fuquay
Yeah,
There you go.
There you go.
did not really. I mean, they was just playing the game. It was like, we know we're moving on. We're the number 1 seed. We've beat the other 2 teams. We don't really have to have this game. And when they left Hal on the mound for the game to get out of hand, and they never did go get him, I kept telling Jason, I mean, it is self-explanatory. A lot of people in the press box were saying, oh, you come to play to win. But if the game means nothing, you're not going to waste pitchers. I'm
Yes.
not crazy. I mean, because they only have so many pitches they can throw while they're here. I mean,
and you make the great point of why fans aren't coaches.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like what the fans want or not what the.
no, I mean,
Okay.
you could tell. And then when they tried to make a comeback and they made it like 11-5, and then they had runners on first and third, and I think there's 1 out. Then they maybe loaded the base. I cannot remember. I got it in my book. But when all that happened, I was like, well, if you get a hit here, hey, maybe you think different. But they didn't. They got out of the inning. And then Rutherford County went on to win 15-5. But you could tell that, hey, we're just playing this game because it's here. We're supposed to show up. We're supposed to play the game. We know we're going on. We're the number 1 seed. So,
Well,
hey.
One thing here's another point that people don't think about when they make a rule and think about down the line, Terry, see if you guys agree with me. The pitch count rules cause part of that. You don't want to pitch a guy yesterday because
Yeah.
he can't throw so many pitches. So now you're pitching your 7th, 8th, 9th guy or 5th, 6th, 7th guy like Terry may be talking about, when in fact you could throw your 3rd and 4th guys, get them some extra work, give them 30, 40 pitches, get them warmed up for the next few days. But instead, because pitch counts count against you, then now they're not pitching in this game like Terry just said. Now you're seeing the 9th guy. Another thing, as far as the pitching goes, everybody getting set up, Cherville should be in a good spot, and I think some of these teams are, but we're going to see going forward is how much that does affect the championship. Are we going to have a 3-on-3 pitchers matchup for the championship Sunday? And I don't know if that's what's best for it or what and how to do that. Go ahead, Terry.
Well, I mean, I was talking about how they left him out there for 3 innings, and they did, switch, and they went to Chaplin. But Hal was out there for 3 innings, 6 hits, 4 walks, 2 hit by pitches. You're just not going to leave a guy out there. And then, the total of the whole thing was they gave up 9 base on balls. You don't see that in American Legion. I mean, you just don't see that. So they had 9 hits, 9 base on balls, 2 hit by pitches. For Rutherford County, when you have more runs than you have hits, you've been helped out. 15 runs off of 12 hits.
Yeah. I remember Jason hearing you guys talk about that a little bit as well. You got more runs and hits. You're doing something.
But I am happy for Rutherford County getting a win because a lot of those kids. I was doing some games up at Lincoln Charter yesterday, and I was talking to the shortstop. He was the second baseman for the team that beat RS Central in the championships. They're really, really good. He could have played shortstop. They had him at second base. I was like, if you're that good at shortstop, I'd like to see who the shortstop was for your high school team because he's really good. But he said he had nothing but good things to say about RS Central, saying they were scrappy, they fought hard. It was a 2-1. It was a 2-1 series. But a lot of those Central kids are on that Rutherford County team. Some, just for their pride, glad they got them a win. I know they're not moving on, but glad for those kids. They had a good season. They had a good Legion season.
Now, and speaking of Fugate Farina, their shortstop, Dalen Thompson, I would take that kid anywhere defensive wise. Yeah, they was shots that were hit into the holes that he would backhand, and if he would plant his foot and fire, he's got an arm. Yeah. But I mean, he's one heck of a shortstop, and he gets to a lot of stuff in between short and third.
Yeah. The game I watched, I thought Sneathen had a really good job. Kale Sneathen had a really good job at shortstop defensively. Mm-hmm. And that really, to have a defensive shortstop, umpires love it because it shortens the game by at least 10 minutes, Terry. Because you got a good shortstop over there. But good defense is why you're going to get there. Yes. You're going to get where you're at. And I think it's going to be some exciting action in these semifinals.
The ones that I felt sorry for in the tournament, and this is me, and they went 0-3, was Port City. They got beat 3-2 by Rowan. And then when they had to play Wayne County, they were down 5-0, took the lead 6-5, and then ended up getting beat 7-6 in the bottom of the 7th. I said, man, it's 2 games there that they could have won. They would have been 2-1 and playing it
easily
today.
By 1 run.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I agree, Terry. So we got 4 and 7 tonight. Tomorrow is to be determined, folks. The only thing I can tell you is if you're at the ballpark tonight, listen to Danny Ecker on the speaker. And in the morning, check us on Facebook and Twitter, I guess. We'll try to get it out, and
Can I give Danny a shout-out? Just want to give Danny a shout-out because he's been there so long, and he does such a great job. And he always makes sure there's about 3 or 4 coolers full of drinks all the announcers. Yep. It's kind of like he's kind of like the press box dad. He makes sure all the stuff that you would forget he always has.
Well, he made it easy for us.
I appreciate Danny what he does.
Well, one thing about as far as this tournament is going, and of course, Danny and some folks don't. When he does Cherville games in the regular season, he does double duty on it, the PA and the broadcast, which is crazy. I try to tell him to do whatever's best for the PA and help us out later, but. It's the old. I know a lot of people don't know what a press box is and was and used to supposed to be, and he tries to keep it that way to where I know and we've went to everywhere we go, Terry. We've never been in most places. Tom, this too, especially during baseball season. A lot of places there's no room for the away people, whether it's who's in there or what or what's in there. But that, up front, in that press box, we've got our 2 seats. The announcer has a seat. The scoreboard operator has a seat. And then you've got, now with the Legion thing, you have to have one person counting pitches because of this.
Yes.
And now there's also an official scorer there. So there's 2 seats that 5 years ago would have been another broadcast team. And so now they're sitting out, or we are sitting out on the road, out in the heat and the elements. If it rains, we've got, what are we supposed to do? Meanwhile, the person keeping score who could do this at any seat in the room, or in the building, or any seat, but you have officials, and it's the same thing in football. You get in the football press boxes, you got to send the timer in there, and official guys here, and then you got coaches in this room, and it gets really packed in there, and Danny does a good job. In this tournament, it's not been he don't have any yahoos, he don't have people coming through or anything like that. It's just, it's quiet in there for the most part. Once Tim gets in there with Chad and they get going, it gets a little loud.
Yeah.
I'll give Tim pick on Chad
Most
and
of the-
Tim
yeah.
in there for a little bit.
Yeah, during this tournament, it's been mostly folks that need to be in there.
Hey,
Been in
most
there.
important is he keeps at a nice, cool, air-conditioned temperature.
And I want to say one other thing, too. The ladies at the concession stand during the American Legion tournament have been doing a great job. If you go out and see a game today, make sure you put an extra $1 in the tip jar for those ladies. They're working hard. It's 100 degrees outside. There's better things to do. But if I can give my recommendation for what I like to eat at Fraley Field, fried bologna,
Yes.
mustard, and mayonnaise. They have the best fried bologna sandwich. When Terry and I were talking about, we grew up relatively in poverty, just like everybody else in the Lincoln County, Cleveland County area.
That's
And
our
what
state.
better,
Yes.
what better to eat than fried bologna in the summer? Because you can make it yourself, Terry.
You can.
Mom and Dad were at work. You had to make your own lunch. Throw a piece of fried bologna on there, a little melted cheese, and you're just happy as you can be.
Made
Now
today.
kids got to go. They got to go to Jack in the Box or something, don't they,
Yes.
Terry? Not us.
So Terry, do you remember that press box when they used to have the old fence there, not the tall high and the wooden
Yes.
front to it?
Yes.
So Tom, if you look out, there's hinges hanging there.
Yeah.
And it used to be just plywood on hinges, and it folded up. Well, foul balls used to be able to get in there.
Oh, really? Oh,
So yeah, that was the point. They finally put I remember when I was little, you had to be a lookout. So then they put plastic over it, so you didn't eat one, and then after a few years, not plastic, but old plastic windows. What are they called? Mine just went blank.
Plastic windows.
Shatterproof.
No, jeez. I'm gonna think of it in a minute. Y'all gonna think, and I'm glad y'all didn't get it because y'all are just as big idiots as I am. Anyway, but
Plexiglass.
there you go.
There you go.
There you go. Plexiglass.
So sometimes we know them
Yeah,
little words.
No, big
Thomas.
words. Big
You know-
words,
you know
Terry.
what?
There you go.
You know
See,
what,
Tom,
Terry?
it's
I
really
haven't
not
thought-
too
I
bad.
That was 3
I
syllables.
haven't
That's what
thought
I'm saying.
about the word plexiglass in so long. It
There
was
you
not
go.
coming to mind.
See,
remember
that's
plexiglass
how long
'cause
ago the
We
it was
beat
like that.
PPG for a state championship
Oh,
one time.
God.
So there you go. I remember that plexiglass.
All right, softball, Terry. We have coming up, folks. If you want to remember baseball today, 4 and 7 tomorrow to be determined. Softball Monday night, right?
Yes, 7:30.
7:30. You, me, Jalen, and Andre will be there, taking pictures, doing the
I'm
announcement.
glad Andre gets to work every now
Well,
and then.
every now and then he does. Now, Jalen has been taking some pictures, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, this week, your job, I've been cropping them for you. So Tanner's also been taking pictures too. I haven't got his, but I already got a ton from you. So I've been going ahead and cropping them. We're going to get them together. We're going to make a little show for a summary of the tournament next weekend. That's going to be Jalen's job. Make a little video for you guys this week. It'd be her pictures basically. And right now, it's not thousands yet. Hopefully it's not get to there, but it's hundreds of pictures, and we'll go in a real fast reel through. And Jalen's going to give she's going to get to talk on it
Oh,
and do the scores and who won and all that, Jalen. So you're going to get to make your little mini documentary. for
So
next weekend,
Tuesday,
so-
when's the game Tuesday? I know you mentioned something about
If they
Mo-
win at 3:30, if they lose, it's late.
6:30.
Yes. There you
that.
go.
Okay, so I need to be ready for either one on Tuesday.
Yes.
Okay.
So Tuesday is 3:30
We
or
hope.
6:30. Win or lose.
You need me to come by and
So
get you.
when you might.
Do I
when,
do I need to let Anna know what time you
yeah,
need to
you
leave your
might.
house?
You might need somebody on the backup. Of course, Crest High School, I might be able to ride my bike over there. I might just do that so I can make sure I get there.
Ain't no way. I quit riding my bike that far when I was 13. That's
Yeah.
that's a haul.
Okay.
You ride that far, Jimmy Johnson?
I don't feel bad, man. When you was young, that bicycle made you feel like you were somebody.
Right, you're
That's
free.
right.
freedom.
Yeah,
Wherever you
freedom.
want.
You're exactly right.
Well, and then so we're doing the Shelby games, folks. Not the whole tournament. We're doing the Shelby games only. That'll be Monday at 7:30. If they win 3:30 or 6:30, they're going to play either way, win or lose, on Tuesday, 3:30 or 6:30. And then Wednesday, the games are 10:30 and 3:30. So the championship is Wednesday at 3:30, if I'm correct on that.
I had it wrote down.
Terry and Tom will have coverage of that on Tuesday and Wednesday. Me and Terry will have it on Monday. I'll be out there on the other 2 days as well. Jalen and Andre as well, I think. Well, Jalen won't be on probably Wednesday. She's got to work. Oh, you can? Well, Jalen will be there every day doing pictures for softball. So good for Jalen. Good for us. Well, good for us too. It helps me out. And
there you go.
You got? Was I right on those times, Terry?
No, if they win, they play at 3:30.
Okay.
On Tuesday, if they lose, they play at 6:30.
Hey, leave that here. I left my sheet up at the baseball field. Let me make a copy.
Seemed like it'd be the other way around. If you win, you get to roast at 3:30. But if you lose, you get to be cooler at 6:30.
You go to the back one of those offices and do it in a few minutes.
Yeah,
So just tell the show. Right?
To me, that's how it looks to me. Like if you're a winner, you get to play late.
Well, Terry, I don't make the brackets.
Looks
all
like
right, Tom,
one
more
Dixie
time.
bracket.
Breakfast from Mitchem's Kitchen and Friendship
Chrysler Jeep Dodge. If you're having some automotive difficulties like myself, you might need to get down to Friendship Chrysler Jeep Dodge, 190 Oak Street Extension in Forest City, North Carolina, 828-919-3001. Friendship Nissan, 156 Oak Street Extension. That's in Forest City, North Carolina, 828-245-1661. Do like my brother Danny, his girlfriend Carrie, both. Of course, they're a little more successful in life than I am, so they've gone down there and got themselves some really nice Dodge products. But I will say, my brother, who now works in Forest City, he's extremely pleased with the service and the sales and everything. Just take it from Danny. They're good people over
Tom, well, I don't know how you do, but different people measure success different ways. Mike Trout has 450 million. Yadier Molina has 3 championships. I don't know whichever one who'd want more. But there's different ways of measuring success other than counting how many commas you have in your bank account. All right, we'll be back in a few minutes. If JP is awake this morning, JP, you working hard? Have you ate? Have you done anything?
Not yet, but
Not
I do
yet.
know
That's
it's
not done
eggs,
anything.
grits,
The answer
bacon,
to
toast.
We can just cut that, Jalen, right there. Have you done anything?
Not yet.
We'll be back in a few minutes. KDCBroadcasting.com.
Okay, class, listen up. Do not buy a car without a warranty. Just don't do it. At Friendship Nissan and Friendship Jeep Dodge Ram in Forest City, we have lifetime warranty on new and used cars. That's right, lifetime warranty on new and used cars. Unlimited time, unlimited miles. And through the end of this month, we're offering up to $4,000 over Kelley Blue Book value on your trade. So one more time, Friendship Nissan and Friendship Jeep Dodge Ram has lifetime warranty on new and used cars, and you'll find us in Forest City.
Looking for a new car? Maybe a pre-owned car or truck, or maybe an SUV. Then let your fingers do the walking and go to whatsupshopper.com. Local dealers with local vehicles. You don't have to drive all over the country. Just click on whatsupshopper.com and take a look at the local selection of cars, trucks, SUVs, and more from local dealers in Gaston, Cleveland, and Lincoln counties. Car shopping just got easier by going to whatsupshopper.com. Pick yours out today.
Country Gold with Terry Clark.
I'm Terry Clark, inviting you to join me for Country Gold, where we play your favorites from the 80s and 90s. My guest this week will be Sarah Evans. She has a new autobiography out called Born to Fly, as well as a new album called Copy That. Plus, we're going to reveal the 80s duo who influenced us both. That's Sarah Evans and me this week on Country Gold with Terry Clark.
Thursday afternoons at 1 o'clock on Carolina Country WCSL, 92.3 FM, 1590 AM, and online at kdcbroadcasting.com.
A tradition of trust, serving our community. That's the theme of Carpenter Porter Funeral Home and Cremation Service in Cherryville. They're always there for you in a time of need. Funeral directors John Porter and Scott and Hannah Garrett are there to help you and give you guidance during one of life's most difficult times. They're a progressive and comprehensive funeral home with the highest ethical and professional standards while maintaining cost-effective service. For more information, call 704-435-6711, located at 1100 East Main Street in Cherryville, and online at carpentersfuneralhome.net.
Beam Construction Company in Cherryville is now hiring. Right now, Beam Construction Company has job openings for carpenters and masons. Just apply at their office at 601 East Main Street in Cherryville. Since 1925, Beam Construction Company has been dedicated to building the future of the Piedmont regions of North and South Carolina. from schools to churches to town halls. For more information, call 704-435-3206 or visit the website at beamconstruction.com. Beam Construction Company, dedicated to building your future. Yes, septic tank problems just stink. Not only are the odors embarrassing, but ignoring the problem can ruin your yard and your plumbing. With over 40 years of experience, Dennis Willis Septic Tank Service in Cherryville knows how important it is for your home or business to have a septic tank service that responds quickly and effectively, preventing further damage and future repairs. Just call Dennis Willis Septic Tank Service, 704-435-2326, 704-435-2326, or visit the website at DennisWillisSeptic.com.
As our economy gradually reopens, remember to support local.
Know you're doing the right thing and stay proud.
Be a part of the greatest comeback of all time.
Shop local with WhatsUpShopper.com, Carolina Country, and The Boss.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin the Gang and Jalen.
He welcomed her this time with her name.
Do you get her last name?
Well,
No, I never got the last name.
I was getting ready to
It was
say,
only
now
first
I'm
name.
lost there too now, Kevin.
She never told me the last name.
You're not a player. All right.
It's a real uncommon name.
We will welcome everyone back. Sports Talk. If you're looking at our big room right here on Saturday Sports Talk, let me transition real quick so the folks can see us at home now. I want to welcome a couple pieces to the room. Right above me is an Oakland A's helmet. And then over here is a New Orleans Saints helmet. I want to thank Milton Baker and Memory Lane Antiques and Krause for the donation to the room. And so I want to thank him. He's donated the four I've donated or bought. I think I bought the other ones. The 5 pro helmets up there on top, except the Dolphins. I don't know. I got that from somewhere else, I think. And but anyway, I want to thank Milton and Memory Lane Antiques and Krause. I think Dad told me it was today, Terry. I think, and I'll text you later, and he might text me if he's listening. I think they're having a bologna sale in Krause today.
Are they really?
A fried bologna sale somewhere in Krause. He just told me yesterday, and I'm not a fried bologna person, so I just kind of heard half of it. My wife was really interested in what he was saying, but I'll get you some info. I'll get you some info on that. How about that?
Yeah, me and Tom, I will take. I mean, I'm like Tom. When I was growing up, either we had a tomato sandwich during the summer, and then you could also put that fried bologna with that tomato and make it even better. But if you didn't have that and all they had was fried bologna, my dad would cut thick hunks, and he goes, "Here's your steak."
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. See, I'm actually with Tom and Terry on this one. I love me a good fried bologna.
Yes.
Tom, you can't hear
It's a
JP
mustard.
talking right now because your
What'd you
headphones
say,
aren't
JP?
I'm actually with Tom and Terry on this one. I love a good fried bologna. In my opinion, the best one is it. Yeah, I won't say anything.
Every once in a
If
while.
someone else, they have a really good fried bologna, but I'm not going to say anything.
Okay.
On JP, thanks for pitching in every morning. When you anyway, Terry, what I was gonna get at, what Terry I wasn't even getting at. You just mentioned the tomato sandwich real quick. I had one the other day. I went home, thought the wife and kids were gonna be there during the games. I'm like, I'm gonna go home. It's 100 degrees. I'm so I can go check on them. They weren't there. There's a pool, so I had to make a tomato sandwich for lunch.
Nothing wrong with that.
All
But you
by
know what?
myself.
Nothing better than a
Mayonnaise.
homegrown tomato
If you-
sandwich.
Trying to see
If
my
you-
kids and they're
If your
swimming.
dad got paid and mom had a little grocery money, might have went and got some Velveeta, and then you put a little Velveeta on top of it. That was
Of what?
Really, really. Velveeta
Of
cheese.
a tomato sandwich?
No, on a fried bologna.
Oh, your fried bologna good, yeah, but I can't do Velveeta.
All right,
On a-
it's the Krause Volunteer Fire Department.
There we
Bologna,
go.
chips, dessert, and a drink. $5.
Man,
You cannot beat that.
cannot. How long is that going on?
Probably till they run out of bologna, Tom.
Yeah. I know some friends over
There's
there.
a lot of
Jason
there's,
Cook.
there's a lot of bologna in Western
Jason
North Carolina.
Cook.
Yeah,
Just gonna tell you.
okay.
There's a lot of bologna in
He's a
Western North
member of the Krause Fire Department.
Just a lot of bologna in West.
Slide one out
There
the back
is.
door. Oh,
You can go. You know what used
nah,
to be
$5 is not
in,
bad.
in Cherryville, where the Classy kids moved to. When I first moved to Cherryville, that was a deli, and I used to walk down there. And
All right,
get
so
my-
Terry, let me tell you where it's at.
All righty.
It's there. There's a new arena out Hepzibah Church Road in Krause at 3:30 is the food, and it's followed by a rodeo at the arena. So you get a bologna sandwich and a horse show for $5. I don't know if the rodeo you got to pay while you're out there. I don't know if there's an actual interest out there, but he said there's a flyer in the swap shop shoulder. JP, let's play hide and seek, and there's folders in front of you. See if you can find the swap shop folder, and I want you to read that when you find it. Don't just come on the air and tell me you found it first. We're busy right now. All right, let's talk a little sports, a little bit more. All right, let's get into that. Actually, that's what we're here for. All right, NBA draft was this week, which we forgot about last week. That's how important I guess it was. That's how I guess down I was on that. Team USA's playing right now, Terry. They're up at halftime.
Who are they playing?
The Czech Republic.
Okay, well, they should win. I mean, that's like who was it they played the last game? They beat them like a drum.
Iraq.
Okay, well, I'm like, you should.
Really?
One of those is Iran
Yeah.
or Iraq. One of those like that.
Yeah.
It was.
They beat them like a drum, and I'm like,
An oil
don't
drum,
you?
yes,
Do you
they
not
do.
think this is what's supposed to be
I
happening?
will. I will say that the NBA season going as long as it did, it usually
I have
typically doesn't do that.
bull.
Terry,
Bull, Tom.
Terry, can I finish? That these people, they haven't had enough time to work together.
I'll give you this.
And that I don't care what your skill level is, Terry. You need time to work together. You know, like
These are professionals.
it doesn't matter.
They
Terry.
play in
have,
the NBA.
You know, they have to work together, and
Tom.
it takes time.
Tom, you scored 76 points. We are in the NBA. That shooting does not come with working together. If
You
you
gotta-
can shoot, you can shoot.
You got to get used to the gym. You got to get used to playing each other. You got to
Oh,
get used to those
Lordy.
multicolored balls they use.
Do you
There's
not
some
think
things you
they
gotta-
travel like in the NBA from different
Yeah,
arena
but they're
to a
familiar.
different
With,
arena?
they're familiar with those, and that's why the home team has
The
an
goal's
advantage.
still the same height.
Yeah, but
Now, Terry,
the
if you-
rim's still
now,
the same
Now, that's
height.
a good conspiracy theory. If the folks overseas were smart, they would make the goals like 10-2.
Yeah.
Or 9-8.
But I will
the,
say
the
this.
NBA players wouldn't make anything.
I will say this: the officiating in international play is better than it is
Way
in the NBA.
better.
Yeah, it is. I
I
agree.
mean, it's
100%.
because I think these officials in the NBA kind of figure, well, can't call a foul against him, I can call one against him. Can't call a walk against him, I can call it against him. Or can't say anything to this coach over here. Same thing in the NCAA. I've been impressed with the basketball officiating in international, and there's not as much whining either. Like you
No,
don't
they're
see
not.
these international players crying about every single call, which just gets on my nerves.
A lot of people in this saying that is the difference from Coach K to Popovich. Popovich's record is not good. He's like 12-6, and as he's been the coach, so that's only like 66%. I mean, you're teaching NBA players, and the other night when they're playing France in Game 1, when it come down the stretch, KD couldn't hit nothing. I mean, Holiday's even out there. He's the only defensive guy they've got on the floor, and he's shooting threes.
But you know
Leonard couldn't hit nothing.
But you know what France did to him? France said, "Okay, you're small. Okay, let's put in our bigs," and they just went inside and just out rebounded him.
They
I know
did.
he's-
Down
I
the
mean,
stretch,
they
outscored
out-rebounded
them
his-
like 16-2.
Went inside.
And I'm like,
went
when
inside,
you're
couldn't
in the
hang.
game, but they were up. You had the game in hand. You got to hit shots. This is the NBA. This is KD. This is
They
Leonard.
shot
They
very-
scored
they
30
shot-
points a game
They
in
shot
the
very
NBA.
poorly towards the end. Yeah, they shot very poorly. I will concur on that. But give them some time.
We beat Iran 120-66.
Yeah. And you should.
Iran?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
You
We beat them
should.
that bad, they're going to start a war now. They're going to take some more hostages over there once we beat them that bad.
I just don't know where to
Should
go.
have let up on them. You know,
Well, I was very
only beat Iran
disappointed.
by about 20.
Because we're playing and we're coming down the stretch. What do you need when you're up by 8? You know what? We don't need KD and all them in there at one time. Maybe we need to take Leonard out or one of the other guys out and maybe
And put in Draymond. Right,
somebody
put
playing
in Draymond.
defense. Do you know what happened down the stretch? We couldn't stop a soul. Nobody was out there. You had Holiday, the only guy that plays defense. All the other guys, KD plays no defense. Leonard plays no defense. I mean, why are they in the game? You're
KD
up by 8. Let's finish the game.
KD plays defense.
KD plays no defense.
All right, so they lost to France 83-76.
76.
That-
NBA guys.
I'm at this point. A lot of this I'm agreeing with Terry on in that they should be scoring more. Now they're only playing 40 minutes, which is college time.
Right.
Okay. with that said, and people said all the time, we were talking about the difference between NBA and international refs. If you took those same players and put them in NBA refs, the Team USA probably wins by 20
because they're shooting free throws, and if you breathe on them, it's a foul.
And if the fouls, the calls that Harden gets in the NBA compared to what they ain't calling that in Olympic basketball,
and they might actually call a travel international ball.
So, what you doing? Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Did you find it, or did he find it? You were supposed to be listening to the show.
No, JP, you're doing a good job.
Your resume keeps getting better and better. Well,
Lord
anyway, what someone was pointing out, and it's obvious that Terry. I know what Terry's kind of hinting at is that, they don't have any. They're also used to a role of I've got the ball in my hands. I make a play. And
who do you have out there? Booker?
Right.
He's going to shoot. Leonard going to shoot. KD going to shoot. They're not going to pass.
Rondo would have been good on this team. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
like that,
you got to
Terry?
have somebody to run your offense.
And also on the defensive end, I don't think it's necessarily that they don't have people that don't play defense. Tom, they don't have any centers.
That's what
There's
my
no
point.
center.
That's my point. When France,
oh God,
that's how France beat them. I mean, I tell you what, Gobert is pretty good. Now, I haven't watched him too much, but I watched him in that game. But he was good.
No, look who was trying to guard him. You should have known that was going to KD trying to guard Gobert. Forget
6'9"
it.
Amadeus.
It's not going to happen.
6'9" Draymond Green. 6'11" Kevin Durant that weighs $110. That's
how come KD fouled out.
I'll tell you what, well, I'd love to have Gobert on my team. I know what I'd say. All right,
here it is,
block.
buddy.
Here it is.
Yeah.
I would just love to have a player like that. But I saw he ate him alive. Not only that, rebounds too. I mean, he just ate him alive.
Well, they knew, and Popovich is the one who put that in there. Why would you put? And you saw it happening. Why would you put KD in the middle? You would have been better off sticking a smaller Draymond Green up against him. So at least he's going to play defense and make
bang him a little bit.
That's what I'm saying. But you got
Durant's not a
KD
center.
in there.
Popovich
No, he's not a center.
Popovich is getting and see what you think. Is he just getting exposed as a coach as someone who, he's one of the ones that started this. Let's rest players.
Yes,
Remember?
he was.
He's one of the ones that started this. The regular season wins don't matter at all. He's the one of the ones that's just getting
Finish
the playoffs.
500 and you're in anyways.
Well, where's Coach K getting his hair dyed?
He's retired?
He's retired.
He's just done.
There's investigations coming. That's where he's at. But Popovich isn't in. He hasn't been like he's not pushing anybody hard at any point in his career other than we get to the playoffs. I've got Tim Duncan. See if y'all can beat him. Oh, by the way, I've got maybe the best international player besides Dirk. And now Luka with Ginobili. Oh, the third, maybe the fourth best in Tony Parker. So, then now the second run, I got Kawhi. First run, I got David Robinson. It's not like he coached up a team with no talent at any point in that. And so now he's sitting there with his talent. And he's got no centers, no nothing down low. Well, that's what he's coached is down low. Yeah. And now he don't have anything down low. And then he's sitting there and like, I don't know, his lackadaisical attitude about it. I don't get why they got him. If you've listened, he's gotten really political the last few years.
Yes, he has.
So if you've got a political person representing your country and your team who doesn't care about winning regular season basketball, I'm putting a ton of this on Popovich, and I don't like to do that with coach. With especially, I'm not saying. With that said, Terry, those players should be beating those lesser players.
Yeah, easily.
And that's why I say there's so much that with this Popovich stuff that there's no fans over there. Like, why these NBA players, they got followers, groupies, all this when they go, and now they're going over here and playing in front of nobody, and I don't know. This is a bad combination of millionaires.
The pool that he's in, because he had France and he lost, and the other two teams are jokes.
So
if he does not
top two advance, right?
Yeah, well, he's the first
play.
Yeah, he's going to get out of this with a 2-1 record. He's going to get to move on because he gets out of this pool play 2-1. You know, if they would have been an Argentina in this or a Spain in this that he would be having to play right now, United States would never even make the next round.
So Terry, here's something funny you're talking about. You know, real quick, Jalen. Let me get this.
France is going to be the number 1 seed out of that pool, though. 'Cause
Yeah, they will.
Let me show you this right here. This is y'all ever heard? Y'all know these guys? Robbie Hummel of Purdue, Dominique Jones of Fort Hays State University, and Joey King of the University of Minnesota, and Kareem Maddox of Princeton University. Y'all ever heard of any of those?
I don't. When I was a kid, I used to follow so much college basketball, but now that they only stay for a year, if that.
Yeah, Robbie Hummel's the only guy that
I was about to say,
know
have you heard
out
of
those.
any of those schools? Jalen, have you ever heard of Fort Hays State University?
I've never even know who
Have
that
you ever
guy
heard
is.
of? Well, that guy went to Princeton. You've heard of that.
You know
He's
what?
31 years old from Princeton, a 33-year-old from Fort Hays State, and a 32. You know who these guys are? Do y'all know who these guys are, though?
No.
Probably part of our squad.
This is our Team USA Olympic 3-on-3 basketball team.
Oh, okay, yeah, 3-on-3. Okay. Yeah, they got put out.
Right, obviously.
Yeah.
So the point on this is we've got our pros playing in the 5-on-5. Why aren't our pros playing in 3-on-3? If you don't want pros playing on 3-on-3, wouldn't this be a fantastic way to promote the college game?
I know.
And say, hey guys, this is going to be a college team.
Could be.
21 and under team, 3-on-3. Let's get some of these guys in here. Maybe show off some of their skills. How about that? You know, Cade Cunningham and those, or even G League guys. Put 4 G League guys in it. It's got to be better than these 4 guys. I know if Fitz to them, I'm sure they could wax all of us basketball.
My question here,
but why is there not people? Why are we not putting a good team on a 3-on-3 team?
how did you make this team?
Exactly.
That's what I'm asking.
You play 1-on-1? Is it my 4 guys against your 4
It's
guys?
probably not. It probably was not.
Is it a 4-on-4 competition? And
Or
that's
you
how
just
they
put
get
your
into
name
it?
in a
The
hat
interest
and we
level
drew
just
'em
wasn't
out?
there. I mean, for whatever reason, I'm sure they have the interest level's just not there.
Whatever reason, this is the Olympics, Tom. There's got to be a reason.
All right, Johnny. You switch.
Well, they don't think like us, Terry. Like if
Not
me, you,
anymore.
if they would have put me, you, and Kevin on the 3-on-3 Olympic team, we'd be right there in Tokyo right now.
Well, Terry, you got
or trying to order a fried bologna sandwich.
Yeah.
you got a generation of people that are being told that their country's not that great, not good, and we're sitting there going up against communist country. Who's on the medal stand? Russia don't even have a.
They're not allowed to.
They're
have
not
their-
allowed to. So the athletes
Right.
have made their own ones, and then the second or third is either China, right? So.
No,
And our athletes are sitting there taking knees, and the other ones, and people in Cuba are waving American flags. Have you? And I told you about that last week. The college kids were like, I don't know why. Why would they be? And so they're taught this stuff. I don't know. It's weird. Again, we've talked about this before. How do you get $1 million athlete to hustle? How do you get them to play defense? How do you get if I'm paying you $5 million,
if
are you going to jump? Are you going to jump on a basketball?
Yeah, but if I can clarify that a little bit, it's not being taught in high school, at least in Cleveland County. And I think Jalen can attest to this. We don't teach America is bad in civics and U.S. history. We might talk about some of the bad stuff.
Yeah.
Because you have to talk about, it's just like anybody. I mean, there's things.
I'm referring more to college courses.
It has to be. I mean, I can't say that because my college experience recently has been at Ashland University where I got my graduate degree, and they talk about the bad stuff we have to acknowledge, but nobody's teaching that America is a bad place.
UNC is.
What's that?
University of North Carolina is.
I mean, it's just.
Well, tell me something.
They got the leader of that.
Yeah.
Well,
Your
she
question.
left.
We're only up by 3 right now. Look out. But my question for y'all, that's what I'm saying. We're letting the
We're up by 3 on the
stay
Czech
with us.
Republic. Yeah.
Holy
Up to
cow.
date.
But anyway,
Well, they probably have some good players.
my question
Tom,
for
if
y'all
they
is
lose, they're out of
this.
the Olympics.
Yeah, they're out. It's that simple.
I mean, it's just if you get beat, you're out. I mean, it's just.
Do you want to play and win a championship like Milwaukee
I'm not
Bucks
wrestling. I'm
did,
just looking.
or do you want to win it for your country? I mean, hey, you get a gold medal. Isn't your country more than winning a championship for the Milwaukee Bucks?
I mean, it's just if I could say this without, I'm not trying to make anybody mad, but if somebody who has millions of dollars in fame and has a pretty good life, I said, well, the country's been pretty good to you,
Right.
You know, I mean, it's one of those things where I mean, I understand. There are problems that need to be corrected. The country needs to continue to move forward. You could always get better teachers, better police, better healthcare. I mean, all that can all get better. But when you're out there, this is a horrible place. Now let me go back to my mansion and millions of dollars. It just, you know what I mean? It's like we talk about in umpiring, optics, Terry. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's optics. Whereas if you've got somebody who's on the street complaining, doesn't have a whole lot, that message resonates more with me than somebody who's got millions of dollars. But the people with millions of dollars have the audience, have the mic, have the attention. You see what I mean? And I know what they're doing, and it's great. You can always work for more progress. There's two types of people that make me very enraged. The people that act like there's no progress in this country, that it's still 1780.
I agree there. I agree with every bit of that.
There's been no progress. And the people that say, we don't need any more progress. We're fine. There's nothing wrong with the country. I think that those both extremes, the biggest mouths, and are on TV the most. And that gets on my, I tell you, it just bothers me a little bit.
Well, look, Terry, we're looking at the box score right now. Your Team USA's up 3. We're going to keep you up to date on that. We're going to talk NBA draft here in just a moment. Looking at it right now, here's the one that's played bad in this to me is Dame Lillard. Like,
he has not shot. Been the guy that we used to see.
He's 1 of 7 right now in this game with 3 points.
Well, the other day you can't. I don't know whether you really go by that or not because Sue Bird playing for the women was 1 out of 8.
Well,
she finally hit a 3 at the very end of the game.
If you've ever watched a WNBA game, it's not what they tell you it is. It's not good basketball. It's not. It's that their shooting percentages are low. They don't score 100.
But
in the international women's basketball, it's way tougher. Supposed to be than men's.
Is it?
Supposed to be.
The women have won 51 straight games. They have not been beat.
That's what we should be doing. Well, that's what we should be doing.
I saw them a little bit against Nigeria. They struggled in the beginning and then pulled away.
Well, they gave up 30 points against somebody then. Was that the one?
No, first Nigeria. Nigeria hung with them for
right now. Durant,
Japan. They played Japan. Japan gave 30 points to Japan. But
Bless
you know what happened after that?
Durant
is they stepped up for the rest of the game, and Japan had 39 points for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
So
right now, Durant has 16, Abadejo 6, Tatum 6. What's it? I tell you what, I just don't get. You got these guys, and again, whether or not
these are scorers,
right? And no, I get that, but again, Tatum's a great athlete. Grant should be playing. Chris Middleton just won a championship right now. He's 1 of 4 with 2 points. So, again, like Tom said, which one would you rather do? Would you rather win that championship, or you? He's not hustling for. He's 1 of 4.
Is he satisfied with what he's already done?
Don't you think some guys who are paid and think, well, I get paid, $100,000 a game. Why am I going to hustle in this game when I'm not getting paid?
You know what it is? This is my deal, and I'm just going to tell you flat out. The United States men are not like when Michael Jordan, Bird, Magic, all them play. They played for the United States. They gave 100%. The guys out there now saying, you know what? No big deal. We've already did what we should. Everybody in the United States knows who we are. I'm just going to go.
That's even how Popovich says it, though. He's like, well, these other teams are good, too. These other countries
well, some
are good
of them
too.
are. They are gaining.
And
they're
he's
gaining
right.
a lot.
But
still,
Coach,
we are talking
Coach,
about NBA
you have
player
8 All-Stars.
Yes.
Yeah. You have 8 NBA All-Stars. If these guys are so good, why don't you put them on the Spurs? What do you mean they're so good? They're this good. Put them on the Spurs right now.
I mean, what's wrong with Middleton and Holiday? They come from the Bucks. They just got through winning a national title. I mean, a world championship, NBA championship, and now you're over there competing for the world, and you're like, okay, I just made it over here. I'm on the team. We're going to win gold. No big deal.
Well, the starters today were Lillard, Holiday, Booker, Durant, and Abadejo. Tatum, Middleton, Draymond, and Levine have played. Jeremy Grant and JaVale McGee have not touched the floor yet. So there's your Team USA. All right, NBA draft was this week. Tom, I'm just being honest with you. I think you guys missed out. I think y'all got the honorary Charlotte Hornets this year.
I'm about
we're one
giving
spot.
up on them.
But here's the thing. You guys have had plenty of chances to land number 1 picks and do something with it. Y'all might have had the most. Haven't y'all had the most number 1s?
Probably. I don't know.
We don't.
They drafted the 7-footer, right?
You got the big man. And we're gonna go down through that.
Yeah,
here.
my daughter's My daughter's boyfriend keeps up with it, and he had it on his phone, and we were watching it. That's kind of our nightly thing to do is before Anna goes back to college. She loves to watch the Olympics. It doesn't matter what sport it is. So we have a little family time and watch the Olympics, and he's saying, "Ooh, the Cavs got a 7-footer," and I just kind of put my head down. I was like, "No, he wasn't one of the big five, the top 5 guys." Is he one of the top 5 guys that they were talking about?
Position rank number 1, overall rank 3. Evan Mobley, 7 foot 215.
Okay.
But after you got by the first 5, I think you is just a potluck.
Well, it usually is sometimes.
And you don't know. I mean, Giannis was the 15th pick.
Yeah.
I mean, so
Yeah, but what a change he made from when he was picked to what he is now.
Or what's he
He is, he's a whole different guy. Body built, he was in the weight room, everything, and he kept working on his game to make himself better.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll read this. Tom, I'll read your analysis for Evan Mobley. How about that?
Mobley, okay.
Evan Mobley. I'm going to just hit a couple points here and there. Ideal physical profile for a modern big man. Outstanding coordination for his size. Quick off his feet. Explosive leaper in space. Finishes above the rim with ease. A lob threat. So
I know I've watched this kid play. Where'd he go to college?
USC. Elite rim protector with great timing and a 7'4" wingspan. Rotates well from weak side. Can step out and switch on to guards. So that's his strength. Sounds kind of Kevin Garnett-ish at 215. Modern skill set, great hands, has touch and mechanics to knock down threes with regularity in time, comfortable with mid-range spots. Improvement areas. Not a physical defensive rebounder. High center of gravity, gets wedged out of position by stronger big men. Well, he only weighs 215 at 7 foot. Looks as though he's coasting at times. Incredible talent. Leaves you wanting more for stretches. Can be a 1 or 2 scoring option on a great team. We don't know. Doesn't have many ways to go get a bucket himself in the half court. Post-draft analysis, the Cavs will want to show progress with Kobe album regime by fielding a team that will compete for a playoff spot. Big questions with Kevin Lowe's health and Colin Sexton's looming extension. He's viewed by many respected talent evaluators as being one of the biggest gems of the draft class with outstanding combination of ability, perimeter skill, defensive versatility, and feel for the game, giving sky-high upside. I'm looking for a comparison. They don't have one. In actuality, Cavs need to stockpile as much talent as possible.
With all the other stuff going on, to be honest, Kevin, with the Olympics going on and Legion baseball here, it just kind of got lost in the wash. Here's the NBA draft.
Oh yeah,
and I hadn't been paying as much attention to it. So, the finals just ended. You know what I mean? With all that other stuff, you weren't really concentrating on the draft and who was available. So, I mean, it's like I've always loved the Cavaliers, Terry, but I've lost faith. I lost faith in their ability to build a team. So we'll see. Hopefully,
Evan Mobley pro comparisons, more athletic Pau Gasol, or LaMarcus Aldridge type, is what I'm seeing on the comparison.
We'll see. Put him on the floor.
For him,
everybody's so quick to make comparisons. I'm always like, okay, let's see him play. Let's see him play before you call him Kevin Garnett. Let's see him play.
Well, Terry, you said Celtics did not have a
They did not. And they were comparing a lot of people. I saw where Jaylen Brown's name got brought up a lot. I compare him to Jaylen Brown. Well,
that's the new analyst thing to do. As soon as they do it in pro football too. Mac Jones. Well, who is he? Well, they do it with wide receivers too. Yeah. Well, he's this guy and this guy. Well, let's see what he does before you call him somebody else.
Well, you got to get an idea of what you're looking at. I want to so if you say, put it this way.
It's a popular way to analyze.
All right, I'll put it this way. I want you to tell me, is he closer to Klay Thompson or Michael Kidd-Gilchrist?
Yeah, that's.
If you tell me that, then I'll know a lot.
Before he's played 1 minute in the NBA, I can tell you whether he's
think about it.
MKG.
Think about it. Think about it. They're both.
He's not even been in a game.
They're both quote unquote good defenders. One of them can shoot the lights out. We picked the one who couldn't at number 2.
I think, though, we're starting to see it's not just, they do so much on physical. And I think that so much sports is mental. How mentally tough is he? How's he going to handle the scrutiny?
Oh, we're going to talk about that.
Yeah, and all the other stuff.
Here in just a little bit in Olympic talk.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where, you got to, can somebody hold up? That's what he's got such freakish physical characteristics.
Mm-hmm.
Terry,
what's going on upstairs.
Terry,
you
we
know?
talked a little bit what could be the steal of the draft, maybe the best player in the draft. We'll see. Scotty Barnes.
Yeah, I like Scotty
At
Barnes.
4, you know, I hate to say it, kind of Scottie Pippenish like, isn't he? With that name, the way he runs around the court, like he reminds me of.
Well, here we go, matching him up with somebody
talking-
else. That's
Did
what
I,
we got.
did I not just say body type?
But he
6'8", 7'2" wingspan.
He can
That's
play,
Scottie
and he can
Pippen's
play
body.
defense. You know, and that's what I like. Give me a guy when I'm picking in the NBA. I want an average guy, but great defensive guy. I would take that any day. That's like them taking Cunningham. They say he plays great defense. When I saw him play for Oklahoma State, all I done was saw him shoot.
Yeah.
Every time the game come down to the end, he was not passing. And he's talking about he's got all the skills that you can have to be at Detroit Pistons, which that's going to be taught to him in the NBA, because if you are a rookie and you come in and you do not give up the ball, some older gentleman that has been in the NBA for 5 to 10 years is going to tell you, young man, give up the ball. You know.
Now, you don't like comparisons, but I'm going to – all right.
I didn't say I didn't like it. It's just
– all right, when I say Scottie Pippen, I'm going to read these strengths, okay? I'm talking Scottie Pippen, okay? Excellent length, size and length for a modern forward at 6'8", 7'2" wingspan. Has tools to slide up and play some small ball in a pinch. High motor defender, can defend 1 through 5.
Yes.
Regularly picks up point guards in the backcourt. Good technique on the ball. Crowds opposing point guards and takes them out of their offense. Can switch every screen onto bigs or guards. Active ball defender. Mismatch facilitator with great feel for the game. Plays point guard. Unselfish, moving the ball ahead in transition. Comfortable ball handler. Fills in the gaps on offense. Keeps plays alive on the glass.
Guess what?
Is that not
He's
Scottie
my number
Pippen?
one pick.
But is that not Scottie Pippen, what I just read?
yeah.
That's Scotty Barnes' strength.
Yeah.
Same size and everything. And that's what I meant by it's that type of player. Whether he gets to, I think y'all are saying whether he gets to that level, right.
That's
but
probably
he's that type of a skilled
probably
player.
the best verbiage to use. That his strengths are similar to this player. Whether he does it in the NBA or not remains to be seen.
So 6'9", 227. It's either Pippen. When you look at that, you think at 4 pick, Pippen or McGrady. So let me look through it. McGrady was the scorer. Pippen was way more of a defender. So when I read that, I think that's way more Scottie Pippen reading that than I would Tracy McGrady. So that's what when I'm reading that, I think of what you guys, and I hate it too, like, hey, he's the next Jordan. Remember they did that for 5 or a few years until they made LeBron in a factory in Cleveland, Goodyear tire plant.
I can't remember exactly what it was, but I was watching the Olympics last night. They were talking about a certain swimmer's vertical.
Yeah.
And I was surprised that Michael Jordan's vertical leap was 6 inches more than LeBron James, because they were given he was comparable. He was like in the middle of those two.
Right.
It was like, really? It was like Michael Jordan was. I knew he had a great vertical leap. I wouldn't think it would be 6 inches better than LeBron.
So we've talked about this on our podcast before, and here's the list, Tom. Highest vertical leaps, NBA. You ready? Number 1. Terry, you got a guess?
In history or today?
Yes.
In history?
Oh, that not in history.
Dominique Wilkins.
There's 2 at 48 inches. One is Darrell Griffith. Okay? Dr. Duncanstein himself. The other one.
Did Darrell Griffith play for Louisville?
Maybe Dr. Duncanstein might have. It seems like it might be right, Terry. The other one, number 1, Wilt the Stilt Chamberlain at 48 inches. 7'1", 48 inches. Remember, he competed in the high jump in college.
Wow.
Now, I think he was national champion in the high jump. He was also a volleyball player. I thought they wanted him in the Olympics to play. Jordan, Tom, now remember, these athletes, like you said, talk about LeBron, bigger, faster, stronger. Jordan is number 3 all time in vertical leap. Now remember, Terry, bigger, faster, stronger athletes. Have I said anybody who's played in the 2000s yet so far?
Yeah.
Wilt Chamberlain at 48, Jordan and Duncanstein at 48, 46. Zach LaVine, 46 inches. You've tied Michael. How about that? So there's your Zach LaVine. Jason Richardson, James White, Spud Webb, all at 46 inches.
Think of Spud Webb.
Spud Webb at 46 inches only jumps 2 inches off his feet lower than Wilt Chamberlain. Yeah. He jumps the same as Jordan. And just think of Spud, Spud at 5'7".
Yeah, think of that.
So, Jalen, you ever heard of Muggsy Bogues?
Heard of it, yeah.
Heard of Muggsy Bogues.
Yeah.
That's him right there on the poster, okay? He's 5'3". How tall are you?
5'3".
He played in the NBA.
Holy.
So Jelly didn't know who Muggsy Bogues was. Yes. God, does that make you feel old, Tom?
Yes, it does, because I've actually personally shook Muggsy Bogues' hand when I was at I was downtown Charlotte.
He's my mother's height.
Muggsy Bogues was there. I went up and introduced myself. He wasn't very interested in meeting me.
No,
but,
did not. Well, at that point, you were the Centofanti, right?
At that point, I was just an unknown.
That's right.
I haven't
wouldn't know Saturday.
Had you tackled Leon Johnson by that point?
I had tackled Leon
and
Johnson.
she hadn't heard.
Well, of course, it wasn't. She probably doesn't know who Leon Johnson is, but he's arguably the best running back in the history of the NFL. Played for.
Oh my Lord!
Played for Freedom
You
High
can say
School.
the most skilled. There you go.
And I actually didn't tackle him, but forced him out of bounds. You get credit for a tackle when you force somebody out of bounds.
Yes,
you did your job.
So
Yes. That's what you
I just
did.
remember the PA announcer at Freedom said forced out of bounds by Centofanti. And after that, I was dubbed Centofanti by my coaches. So,
all right, now I've got some surprising ones here for you for 8, 9, and 10. 8, Shannon Brown. How about that? 44.5 inches. Y'all ready for number 9?
Yeah, look at that.
We just talked about him. Muggsy Bogues, the number 9 all-time vertical leap at 44 and 0.3. For Muggsy Bogues had a higher vertical than David Thompson.
Think of that.
David Thompson, 44 inches, Terry. So there you go. There's your top 10 vertical leaps. Jason Richardson, James White was in there, Spud Webb, Shannon Brown, Muggsy Bogues. So if anybody asks you, Andrew Wiggins at 44.
Comes in number 11.
I mean, just think about it, Terry. All this stuff you tell me, and
LeBron
Tom,
James
you were
at
2 inches
15.
off on LeBron. He's 44, and Michael's 46.
okay, 44. Okay.
LeBron has the same vertical as Harold Miner, D. Brown, Deshaun Stevenson at 44 inches. How about that? Nate Robinson's only 43 and a half.
He's a little small guy.
Dr. J and Vince Carter were 43. And one thing real quick before we finish up with get on Hornets draft. Here's one thing you can't measure, and I don't know how we do it or how we explain to kids is hang time. Like Vince Carter, Terry, has a 43-inch vertical. Is his hang time not better than LeBron James, and it's less? Michael, was that not one of his best things? Is that he would jump,
And
you would
stay in
jump
there.
with him,
Yeah.
y'all would hit bodies, the defender would land, and he's still staying in the air. How is that possible? And that's what they said, the defy gravity part of it. That's the Vince Carter thing. You couldn't convince me that Vince didn't have a better vertical than LeBron. I thought Vince would have the same, but Vince, if you ask anybody, he's the greatest dunker ever. Like, why? So it's got to be the hang time. Look at Dr. J right there at 43. Why is he so revered for that? And they're down at 17 and 18. But dang, Vince Carter jumped over a 7-footer in the Olympics. Like, whatever vertical was measuring that.
Get a little extra adrenaline going during the game. I think.
Right. So anyway, there's your list. I thought, Tom, you would think that was interesting that you brought that up. So over for the Hornets, they draft James Bouknight. Now, have either one of you seen Mr. Bouknight play basketball?
I've heard that name.
Terry?
No.
All right. So y'all are no help for me whatsoever on my Hornets.
Well, like I said, I remember when I was a kid and J.R. Reed left Carolina a year early. Remember that, Terry?
Yeah.
That was
I remember.
huge. Oh, J.R. Reed. Oh, he's leaving his
Danny Aker announced the J.R. Reed draft pick over the intercom at the stadium at Fraley Field the night he was drafted by the Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah.
I was in the stands. I remember it.
It was
because everybody was wanting JR to be picked by the Hornets.
It's just. But that was news. Now it's like you can't get to know the players. I remember when I was a kid, a network I won't mention had something called Big Monday, and you could watch like it was a Big Ten game, a Big East game. You know, it was like, and the players you knew the coaches, you knew the players. Now, coach doesn't win for a year, fire him. Guy goes there 1 year, never goes to class. He's in the NBA. I mean, it's just not. I mean, I know things evolve and things change, but like when people ask me, do you know about all these players? And some guys do. But it's just, for me, it's not interesting if you don't get to follow. You don't get to follow the players.
Terry,
like
Tom, there's a chance the name, image, likeness will keep some of these players in school.
I would
because think about how many high school players that we had that just left for a chance to be in the NBA because you do need that money. Well, why would you go? You know, if you go to the G League, so
I don't blame them at all.
Now I could go play at North Carolina or go to UConn now for 3 years. I may not be good enough to be in the NBA. but I'll make more money on name, image, likeness than I'll ever make it and won't make it there. So I'm going to stay in school. I'm going to stay the 3-4 years.
Hopefully
The Eric,
you're right.
or not the Montroses. He made it to the NBA, but the guys that just barely don't. There's a ton of those guys.
The thing that gets me about all of this is I know when C.J. Leslie, T.J. Warren, Lorenzo Brown, all of them were at state, and it was all about C.J. Leslie. That's all you ever heard. And then when you heard about classes, you always heard, well, he's not going to class. So you knew he was gone. Didn't make no difference. But the best player that come out of that whole group was the guy who stayed an extra year, T.J. Warren, and now he's a pretty darn good ball player in the NBA. So, and I don't know.
It's just not as, to me, college basketball is not as fun until you get to the tournament. The tournament's always fun.
It is.
The tournament's always fun, but the regular season is just not. It's just not fun anymore.
So book night. Let me put it this way. So I always want to score. I want scoring wings. Scoring wings. The Hornets have a history of drafting point guards, defensive wings, and big men with potential that we trade away or just never has any potential. So we actually got someone who is listed as a scoring wing. Now, he's either going to be the next Gerald Henderson or he could be Rip Hamilton. So that's what I'm seeing from the scouts, or he could just flame out and be nothing. But as far as comparisons-wise, you're looking at something like that. Nice size and length for scoring at 6'5", good open court player, plays above the rim with ease, has his feet and length to be a plus defender in time, especially against other point guards. Good positional rebounder, shows you glimpses defensively. One of the best scorers in the country, smooth with ball in his hands, changes speeds and directions impressively. Shot maker who can get to his pull-up at a variety of different moves. Elite hesitation move going left. Good finisher. Create off either foot with either hand, Terry. Has a floater game with either hand. I mean, it sounds like almost maybe a better version of Malik Monk. What do you think? Is that description?
Possibility
of what they got. You got to keep
let me see you do it, because
Right.
I do not know you. That's my deal. But a lot of people have seen him. He wouldn't have been
Improvement.
picked that high if they had.
Improvement areas. Tendency to fade in and out of games in the past on both ends of the floor. Jump
That's
shot is
NBA.
on the streaky side. Well, he'll fit right in, right?
Yeah.
Jump shot is on the streaky side. Defensive impact fluctuates. Better shooter off the dribble than off the catch at this stage in his career. Can improve his ability to add value off the ball. I'm sure if you can shoot, you can stand. They can teach you to stand there and shoot. How does it fit alongside with other ball dominant shot creators? Okay, so he may be more Malik Monkish, Terry. That he is got to have the ball in his hands with that. Shot shows glimpses of a facilitator, but has more turnovers than assists during his career. That's not good at all. Can he develop into more lead guard? Or is better off of a bucket getter? Good Lord. To have that written about you, not even to have that written about you, that's not fact.
For somebody to put that in there. Yeah.
I mean, hey, guys, he's got more turnovers than assists. He's a guard. Goodness. All right, Terry, here's the post-draft analysis. You're going to like this. Now, remember, we're talking about book night, right?
That's what I'm listening to.
Now, Tom, this is the post-draft analysis about book night. The Hornets hit a home run last year with LaMelo Ball. He ain't got nothing to do with this post-draft analysis. I told you the publicist, Terry. They got some good publicists. They hit a home run last year with LaMelo Ball and will now look to surround him with the right type of players to maximize his brilliant passing and creativity. Tom, you didn't hear the second sentence or the rest of the first sentence. They hit a home run and landing Ball and will now look to surround him
with Lorenzo
with the right type of players to maximize his brilliant passing and creativity. Again, this is a book night review. The first sentence is how brilliant.
But are we not looking in Charlotte already? Because I've heard Lorenzo's name come up now. The Ball brothers could be playing together.
Yeah. Well, Lonzo's probably not going to be here, but the other one's already trying out, LiAngelo. It's just,
how about that?
A lob catching big man, an additional shooter on the wings, as forward starts would be their priorities. Book night gives the Hornet. Let's see, acquired the type of what is this type of? I'm going to read this. In James' Booknight, the Hornets acquired the type of instinctual professional scoring option. We're talking about a basketball player, right? All right. Every team covets in the backcourt and hopes to mold into the next Booker or Jamal Murray. He looks like a strong fit playing off ball with a sweet shooting stroke and terrific cutting ability. To reach his potential, Booknight needs to show better ability as a passer, shooter, and defender, so basketball skills. At times, he dropped flashes of offensive brilliance that carried over into – basically, he can get buckets. He's Malik Monk at 6'5", and if he works hard, he could be Rip Hamilton. That's my analysis of the NBA analysis. How about that, Terry?
Good job.
What are you looking for? The book night in the paper?
No, I mean, while we're talking about them, I thought we'd look at some other high school stuff. Yeah, anyway. But
all right, Terry, there were some trades as well. Big news. Your favorite team, the Lakers, get your favorite player.
How about that?
Russell Westbrook.
Yeah. Again, my daughter's boyfriend, Jacob, told me about that one, and I don't know. I'm scratching my head. But at the same time, the fact that Westbrook is going to the Lakers makes me appreciate Giannis and what he did that much more. And Holiday and Middleton and those guys in Milwaukee.
Real quick, after a 41-17 run, Team USA is now up on the Czech Republic.
All right. Checkmate, Czech Republic.
Sorry, Tom. That was breaking news.
What is the score now?
91-64.
About time. Okay.
Well, you lose to the Czech Republic, you get kicked out of NATO. So we had to.
All America had to do was everybody that's watching it was on their seats when it's 50-47.
Terry, you know why they're winning? You ready for this, Tom?
Draymond.
You remember my stat? I'm serious.
No, KD was having a good game.
Well, but no. It is Draymond's fault. They're winning today. I'm giving you credit. He got 8 points.
Triple single.
He got his 8 points. They're the Warriors were 13-3 when he got just 8 points.
Remember what you just got through saying.
You average what Cody Zeller has, we win.
I don't even want to hear it.
If you're as good as Cody Zeller, we can win the ball.
I don't even want to hear that. All you had to say was the score was 50-47, and now it's 90-some, 60-some. So Draymond got in the game. Defense was intact,
41 points,
and the score got out of hand.
Did Draymond donate a kidney to your children or something?
That's all I got to say.
Anyway,
you must have defense. You finally put defense in the game.
Since the last update, Tom, on the 41-17 run, Jason Tatum had 13 of those, so it was 17-13. Czech Republic to Jason Tatum.
And I think we're going to be fine, despite all the criticism. I think we might not come home with the gold medal, but
Tom, that's why we're there.
Look,
Yes.
Terry.
Yes.
Third place.
Why are you? And this is something I do not like. This is something I'm going to tell you, Tom. This is something I do not like. Don't get over when you get silver and bronze, and be kissing your stones.
All right, let me ask that.
Terry, how many bronze Olympic medals do you possess?
Andre Agassi, when he was growing up, and some of these other players when they were growing up, even the Serena sisters, when they were growing up and they would win second, their dads would break the trophy. So I'm going to take this silver out here and I'm going to crash it. I'm going to take this bronze and I'm going to crash it because I didn't get gold.
You do mean the Williams sisters,
Yeah,
okay?
Williams
Not the Serena sisters. Just want to
Serena and her sister Venus.
Terry, if you're going to make a tennis quote, make sure you get it right.
Will Smith's
It
coming
is
out.
the Serena sisters.
It's
Her and
Serena and Venus, just to make sure
Will
that you know
Smith is
that.
coming
But
out with
they're
a
the
Williams
Williams.
sisters movie. And
I've
he's
already
gonna
corrected
be,
him, JP. You're late. Go back to your book now.
He's going to be the dad. Will Smith is the dad of the Williams sisters in the new movie coming out.
Yeah, I've seen them. I've seen the movie.
Just if anyone cared.
You went there for gold. You didn't go there for no silver
But
or
if you
bronze.
come home with bronze, Terry, it's not bad.
Okay.
It's not bad.
Okay, so you're third best. Good job.
So, in other words, what should happen on the medals podium? The silver and bronze should be breaking their medal.
Tom, that's a good that's a good dating advice when you go to a bar. If you come back with bronze, it's not that bad. But this is the Olympics. This is America. Now, when you say that, do you think when the Kenyans get bronze, they go back and be like, not that bad?
Jay, let's just think about what he just
When the
said.
Kenyans get bronze in the marathon, do they go back and say, not that bad? We're America. We get gold in basketball.
That's exactly right.
So,
thank you, Terry.
So Kevin goes out
It's
to a
simple.
bar and comes home with gold, silver, or bronze. Maybe you're the bronze medal. Did you ever think of that?
Tom,
Maybe you're not even
But
a
I'm
medal.
still on the medal stand,
Maybe you're
Tom.
not even a bronze medal.
I'm still on the medal stand,
Someone
Tom.
goes home with you and is like, man, I think that's like the tin medal or something.
Tom, are you watching the Olympics?
Won the lottery.
I watch every night.
Okay, well, I'm asking because when I'm sitting there and they show the gold
I
and
said
the
it's not bad
bronze and the
betting
total
advice. You hope for
everything,
gold,
Right.
it'll have
take
the
the
United
bronze.
States leading with total.
But China's leading in
Yeah,
gold.
But China's leading in gold. There's a problem.
They have like over
half
a
the
billion people. Terry.
I could care less.
Half the medal count.
I know you could care
is
less
this-
because facts don't mean anything.
Half
to
the
you.
medal
Facts
count
means a
is-
lot to
is
me
the
when
swim.
we're like
It's like-
second or third. We might be third in gold.
Terry, you realize a country that has more people has more athletes and a better chance to win. Plus,
Not if
Americans,
I've got the best.
Americans don't necessarily do all the sports that they do in other countries as much. You know, like why are we getting beat in soccer? Well, we have a certain population. We only have so
What?
much of a soccer population, Terry.
Yeah.
Tom,
You're
we
not
just got
listening.
through winning 40-some games in a row.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like men's soccer or, you know, like a rugby or something like that. Our rugby population is probably not as great as Australia's, even though we're a much larger country. I know that's hard for you to wrap your mind around because you don't wrap around very much. But I'm trying to tell you that you have to think of things this way, Terry. Rowing, for example. How many people
Thank
did you know in
goodness.
Lincoln County that did rowing?
I've seen more.
You know what they do in Lincoln
Well,
County? They get them an outboard motor. They don't
Well, no.
row in Lincoln County, and you wonder why.
In the South, we call it kayaking. They just
Yeah.
call it rowing and
There
put
you
it.
go.
We would.
And
kick
I've
butt
seen
kayaking.
more kayaking stuff on cars these days than I've ever seen.
if you go to Lincoln or Cleveland County, they got the trolling mower in the kayak.
Terry,
Okay,
why-
don't even give me this
Why
crap
is,
about
why
rowing.
is kayaking and fishing not part an Olympic
It takes
sport?
somebody like Tom to come in here and try to figure out, hey, we're doing good over there.
Terry,
No, we're not.
Terry, I'm just telling you that we do have. Canada won the gold medal in rowing, and
I knew it.
my daughter is just tore up. Like, how could Canada beat us?
They got a lot of lakes.
Yeah, they
Lot- ton
probably
of
have
water.
more. They have a greater rowing population than the United States. Why can't you understand that, Terry? Just like we have a larger population of people who like liver mush.
But Terry's
than,
saying
say,
that
a
we
place
have
like
a-
New York City.
But Tom, you're
that's
making
much
Terry,
larger.
Tom,
than
you're making
us.
Terry's point by him saying we have a larger basketball population than the
Now
Czech,
that
the-
I will agree
the
with.
Czech
Now
Republic.
that I will not argue
And
that. But he's
Iran.
asking why we don't win the gold in air. Terry thinks that we're America. We show up. We win.
Oh,
the
and
gold
everything?
Why
win
should
the
we
gold.
not?
Because that's not how things work.
Why should we not? You've got 4 years to prepare. Can you not become one of the best?
I will not labor my devotion
Yeah.
to this argument any further. It is. We're done. What's next?
He's trying to say practice makes perfect, Tom.
I don't know what he's trying to say. He speaks his own language. I don't
Oh,
even understand
Tom.
it. Can
Oh,
anybody
Lord.
translate for me?
He's saying there's no reason we shouldn't be good.
And everything.
You're giving him
and everything.
Right, everything.
Right. That's what he's saying.
Steeplechase, speed walking,
But-
archery.
but
We
we do-
should dominate everything.
We do have the right
That's what we should do.
elements to be able to do that.
I mean, do we not have people playing table tennis?
Yeah. Forrest.
We're not good at it.
I watched table
I
tennis.
did
the other
too.
day. It is the most bizarre thing I've ever
It
seen.
is.
They take the ball. Did you see that?
That's it. Got it.
They've got the ball like
And
this.
then all of a
got the
sudden
ball,
they
and
toss
they're
it
looking-
way
and
up
they're
in the
looking at
air.
the ball as if they're talking to it, and then all of a sudden,
Boom.
what are they doing? That's why we're not good at that, Terry, because it's just weird.
That reminds me of Forrest
dude.
Gump when he's playing ping pong and they're
No,
like 10 feet
Forrest
back
Gump-
from the table.
Forrest Gump was completely normal when he played ping pong. He was not
Yes,
like
that's
staring
it.
at the ball like it's a mystery, like it's a magical orb. I mean, it's just, what are they doing? It's just,
It's
we don't
great
have-
stuff
really
to
good
watch.
movie.
Yeah, it's
It is.
fun to watch,
Yeah.
but it's just, I just don't understand it.
But I'm one of them people. Now, we show Olympics on a lot of channels. I flip it. I do. If I don't see United States playing, who cares? I move on to the next.
Well, that's because you're not a fan of the Olympics.
I am
Terry.
a fan of the Olympics.
No, you're not.
I am a fan
No, you're
if
not.
the game
You're
that
an-
I'm getting
you're
ready
a
to watch,
fan
Tom,
of America.
is somebody
And
who's
so am
getting
I,
ready
but-
to play a United States person. If this Japan
A United
Italy
States-
game
a United States
and the
person-
winner of this,
A United States person would be called an American. Okay,
So
that would be an American. Okay,
that's a fairly good point.
That's a fairly good point.
All right.
Well,
So
I like to watch. To his point, I like to watch the Americans too, Terry. I will, but I will watch. You know, if another country's got a really great.
I
athlete.
watched. If you want to know, this morning, 1:10 a.m. this morning, I'm watching the what was it? The
What are you
8,000
drinking at
meter.
1:10 a.m.?
Terry, no wonder you're
The
kind of off your rocker a
8,000
little bit. You're not getting
run.
enough sleep.
Was America winning that?
Fisher come in 5th. He did well. But
did
you
well.
talking about what? 16, 18 trips around the track this morning?
The steeplechase, I'd never watched.
And
that
I'm
No
gonna
one
tell you
will be
something.
I
bold.
enjoyed that one.
Yeah,
Have you
but
seen
I'm
that
gonna
one?
tell you something
Where they
about
would jump
that.
and splash in the water.
I think it's
I've
like-
never watched that one before.
Yeah. It's like 6 miles.
I was like,
Tom,
holy
will
crap.
you pay
Did they
attention?
forget the horses?
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But I want to tell you something about that race. They had 2 guys, a Kincaid and a Fisher from the United States that were in it. And they kept talking about
We were
Kincaid
doing
because his
NBA, and we
family
just switched to the
was
Olympics, so-
watching, and they were running. And they run and they run. And these guys were like doing a minute and a little minimum time. But when they got to the end, I've never in my life seen so many guys has kicks to extra speed in them for the last 2 laps that I've ever seen in my life. You know, and I mean, the guy that got out front ends up winning his first gold medal for Ethiopia. I think's the guy that won it. But I was like, man, if that was me, I would have been like the guy that led for a long time and just dropped out.
We got a woman that's very, her name escapes me. She's very good. She completed her first Olympics last time. I think she was only like 17 years old, but she was doing the hurdles. So she won her heat. I don't think they've had the medal, but you know, I have to admit, Terry, sometimes great missteps in the Olympics provide for good entertainment.
Yeah.
And there was some lady from just shot the gun. First hurdle. She's on her way. She's getting ready to jump. Trips face right into the hurdle.
Oh.
And you know what? It's awful. We felt sorry for us. But did we rewind it and watch it 3 times? We did. I mean, it's awful.
People from Ohio.
But you imagine.
See,
imagine
Tom
all
watches
the
it to watch people mess up.
And you know what? Bless her heart. All the hard work she's put in, because you know she's
So-
put in hours
Yes,
and hours
right.
and hours.
Yes.
And she's finally got her chance. First hurdle.
Boom.
Face plant. I just felt.
So,
You're in the Olympics.
So Terry, and Tom, this is why Americans don't win at ping pong. So y'all watched what y'all watched, right? And if you're watching online on Facebook, this is Tyler Hansbrough and Bobby Frazier. I don't think Jalen's ever seen this. This is what they do. This is what Americans do when they play ping pong at the University of North Carolina.
Oh gosh.
So when you lose, you get punished. Instant replay. That guy's 6'10", hitting a ping pong ball into the stomach from a foot, 3 feet away.
Well, at least you know if.
Red belly rules.
So while they're spinning it, Tom, this is what we're doing.
See, but when you see like that guy's abs are almost identical to mine.
That's Bobby
So,
Frazier.
I mean, you know, yeah. I mean, you know, I got abs like
Red
that.
belly.
I can understand, you know, that it wouldn't really hurt you that bad.
Jones
You got abs
Angel.
like that too, don't you, Terry?
Every day.
Every day. Yeah, that's what mine look like.
Different type of protection.
Yes, different type of protection.
So yeah, this is why we lose the Olympics.
I just
Right there. Well, we missed the whole side of the table.
That's pretty.
He didn't miss Bobby Frazier with that. That might be the best highlight he's ever had, Terry. What do you think? Hansbrough with that. That's better
I
than
don't know. He
championship.
beat
That's
no
pretty
cross
cool.
state
I would like
quite
to say
often.
while we're talking about the Olympics, we have 2 beach volleyball teams.
We wasn't
and I-
supposed to. Let's take a break and then we'll come back.
Okay, we'll
into it.
come
We kind of switched into it. JP, are you ready? We're gonna come back and finish up. We're gonna do Olympics. Then we've got NFL, Major League Baseball, and more to finish up the day on KTCBroadcasting.com.
Lifetime warranty on new and used cars at Friendship Nissan and Friendship Jeep Dodge Ram in Forest City. And now until the end of the month, Friendship in Forest City will offer up to $4,000 over Kelley Blue Book value on your trade. Guaranteed best prices on new cars, all used cars priced way below book value, and now all new and used cars have a lifetime warranty, unlimited time, and unlimited miles. We're simply not like any other dealer. Friendship Nissan and Friendship Jeep Dodge Ram, we're located in Forest City.
Join us every Sunday at 11 a.m. for our Sunday morning worship services. On WCSL 1590 AM and 92.3 FM, it's the Sunday morning service of First Baptist Church in Cherryville. On WLON 1050 AM and 107.5 FM, it's the Sunday service of the Covenant Bible Church in Lincolnton. And on WOHS 1390 AM and 101.5 FM, it's the Sunday service of the Calvary Baptist Church of Shelby. Join us each and every Sunday morning for our Sunday morning worship services on The Boss and Carolina Country.
Now hiring. The Milligan Allen plant, located at Exit 100 in Blacksburg, South Carolina, is now hiring experienced operators. Starting pay is $17 an hour with potential to earn $24 an hour. No prior chemical experience needed. The Allen plant offers 12-hour rotating shifts and provides a safe, stable environment with opportunities for overtime. Come join the Milligan family, where together we strive to positively impact the world around us for generations to come. Benefits include medical, dental, vision, life insurance, 2 weeks vacation, 401k, and a nurse practitioner. Qualified applicants should apply at careers.milligan.com. Search by function for Allen Plant and apply for experienced chemical operator. Or call the Allen Plant at 864-839-0399.
Is your current financial advisor really listening to you, or just waiting for his or her turn to talk? Brent Reynolds, your downtown Lincoln Edward Jones financial advisor, is here for you, ready to listen. He wants to know what's important to you. He wants you to share your goals so you can work together to put you on the financial path that's right for you. Call Brent Reynolds at 704-732-4726 to schedule an appointment today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Buy 3 tires and get 1 free at Butler's Tire and Auto Service in Kings Mountain. For a limited time, when you buy Westlake or Pantera or Black Line tires, you'll get 1 free. And it includes a 1-year road hazard warranty with a premium alignment purchase. Plus, you'll find tires by Goodyear, Dunlap, and Kelly. And be sure to ask about their $99 brake special, plus inspections and alignments by certified mechanics with friendly service. The new Butler's Tire and Auto, 404 East King Street in Kings Mountain, right across from KFC. It's time to ride. It's time to head to Fat Daddy Baggers and Custom Fabrication in Cherryville and get your bike ready for the open road. You can go from mild to wild at Fat Daddy Baggers and Custom Fabrication. They've got you covered. Need audio? They can make your bike loud and proud without breaking the bank. Give them a call at 704-802-4063 or check out their Facebook page. Open 9 to 6 Monday through Friday, 9 to 2 on Saturday. Fat Daddy Baggers and Custom Fabrication. Located at 905 East Main Street in Cherryville.
I was bad to the bone.
Bad to the bone. And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin, Terry, Tom, and Jalen.
You buy Friendship Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, 190 Oak Street Extension in Forest City, North Carolina, 828-919-3001. Friendship Nissan, 156 Oak Street Extension in Forest City, North Carolina, 828-245-1661. Call our friends at Friendship.
Good morning, everybody. All right, we're going to finish up some Olympic talk. Then we got to get into some other things. We got some baseball to talk about. We got a new baseball team in Cleveland, of course. We can talk about that some more.
Guardians.
The Guardians. No, we got another couple of news and notes to get to. We got baseball, but we'll talk a little bit more Olympics. JP, for your enjoyment, Djokovic just lost for the bronze medal, and he threw his racket.
Yes. Good job, buddy. He's one of the only ones that's come out with not having anything.
He lost to Pablo Carreno Busta of Spain for the bronze medal match. Who's in the gold, do y'all know?
Jeez, if you hadn't asked,
I'm sure I'll get to
I saw
it in
the
story
blurb come
in just
on
a
there
second.
when they were covering it. I can't. You have to look it up. Look it there on your information machine there.
I'm
a computer.
I'm working on that. But I'm just reading about Djokovic now. All right, Tom, what was you guys getting into?
Beach volleyball I watched last night where our team beat Brazil. I didn't know this. Like, you're seeded, but if you beat that team in pool play, you steal their seed. So the Americans went from the 9
Men's
seed.
or women's?
Women's.
What time was that on TV?
About 10 o'clock last night.
Was that on HBO?
It wasn't live, probably.
No, it was live.
Brazilian women's volleyball? Is that on HBO?
It was Brazil versus the United States.
Yeah.
It was United States.
It was
people.
live, though.
Yeah, it was live.
Yeah. Because some of them you have to look at it, because some of them be live and some of them be like tape delayed.
Yeah, some of it's tape delayed. But from what I understand is the Canadian team are gold medal favorites in beach volleyball. Where do they play beach volleyball? In Canada.
Wait a minute. Now, y'all was just talking about this a minute ago.
Indoors.
That they had all of the lakes
What
up
I
there
think
doing all the rowing.
I think it's Canadians who have immigrated to California.
No, Myrtle Beach.
or Myrtle Beach.
They're in Myrtle Beach.
And have
people, Canadians in
dual
Myrtle Beach.
citizenship. You know what I mean? Some athletes with dual citizenship and pick their country. You got free agents in the Olympics.
Yeah, you can just live wherever you want.
Yeah,
call whatever you want.
I remember one time there was some skier, and he said he was from Spain. I was like, wait a minute. He actually immigrated from Norway to Spain so he could compete for Spain. You know, they do this kind of stuff. It's just like everything else.
So the gold will be Zverev versus Kitchn.
There you go. Like, have we ever heard of them?
And I know I mispronounced both of them. So I would just go, if Djokovic, there's no D in Djokovic, then I'm sure I mispronounced the other two fellas' names.
I saw Djokovic get beat. That's all. Yeah, I saw
he
that.
was not happy.
And he was not happy, but he can come home with a worthless bronze medal.
I don't even want. I wouldn't even
right.
want to look / talk about any type of Olympic swimming. There's
don't
9,000 events.
I watched the mixed medley. The co-ed mixed medley was the last thing Ann and I stayed up to watch, and we got smoked.
Terry, in today's game, Kevin Durant became the top scorer in U.S. men's basketball Olympic history.
I can see he was having a good
Draymond's
game.
a distant 400th.
So what's that got to do with anything?
How many Olympic teams has Draymond been on?
Wasn't he on the bronze medal one already? I got to pull that up.
What year did they win the bronze medal?
I think it was 2006, 8, 6, something 4, something like that.
2004.
Draymond's not been around that long.
He's pretty old.
He's only 30, 31.
He wasn't on that bronze medal team. He wasn't on that bronze medal.
Blame it on somebody. Anyway, any other Olympic? Jalen, you got comments on the Olympics? Anything you've watched? Have you?
I have not watched the Olympics this year.
Okay.
Oh,
So it's not even caught the casual viewers' eyes.
yeah. The synchronized diving, that was kind of neat to watch. We did watch.
I will
that,
say
a
that
steeplechase.
I flipping through my non-cable channels, I did stop on the synchronized diving for about 2 minutes, thinking that does take a lot of practice, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Whether it's a sport or not, to me it's fancy gravity. At the same time,
Okay, well, just
person does
pedal
it.
yourself up to the 10-meter platform.
You're just falling and doing
and see
tricks
how
while you
many
fall.
twists
Right.
and turns.
It's
you can do.
gymnastics.
And
It's,
it's
it's
easy.
gravity gymnastics with water.
You insinuate it doesn't take athletic ability.
I did not. I'm not say that. I said, is it a sport?
I didn't
There's
say
a
you
difference
say it.
between.
I said you insinuated.
There's a difference between athletic ability and whether it's a sport or not. Cheerleaders have lots of athletic ability. Is cheerleading a sport?
You compete against other cheer squads.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think anything. Here's my definition of a sport. Anything with judges is not a sport.
That's your opinion. You're entitled to it.
Right.
Okay, I'm almost going to agree with Kevin. I agree with that 100%.
The only thing that you guys that I argue with is boxing, but I'd rather I don't like the judge in boxing. I just want whoever knocks out wins. MMA they fight till somebody knocks out. Why can't boxing do the same? So as far as judging goes, anybody can be a judge. Judges is nothing but
and
opinions.
the reason I say this is on account of
no
I
sport
remember,
with judging is not a sport to me. It's an activity with judging.
Men,
It's a beauty pageant.
Kevin,
In
the
order
woman likes to say something.
to get points when you're being judged, you have to complete a certain action, and that's the same thing that you have to do in sports to get points.
Okay, well, but here's my deal with it: is my daughter was in the band for West Lincoln, and the days that I thought they did good, I was wrong. But the days I thought they were really bad, they did good.
Terry, band's not a sport, buddy.
Well,
what's the difference between that and judging what the cheerleaders do then?
Because cheerleading requires jumping.
But they're walking.
And flipping.
They have
and
speed walk.
lifting.
Tom, they have speed walking in the Olympics.
Don't try it.
I got
the speed
6
walkers in the
concussions
Olympics.
cheerleading.
The speed walkers in the Olympics cannot play a tuba.
It doesn't matter.
But what I'm saying is the same thing.
It's like
I don't
saying,
like it when
I'm sure Michael
judges
Phelps
have the
can't change his own
opportunity.
tire,
I think
but he's
you're
still an
getting confused or I think you're getting confused and offended about what a sport is. I'm just saying a sport is a competition that doesn't require judges, that has rules, and you know who's winning. If I put up something in a bucket or hit a shot, it's a point. It's easy as that. You don't need an opinion.
And it can come into, like you was talking about boxing. They sometimes boxings they go 17-12, then the next guy says 16-15.
Two different guys sitting there have one guy
I mean, how in
winning.
the world can you get that? There's no way that you saw it that way.
Those are the sports that I have problems with in the Olympics, like skateboarding and stuff like that. If you skateboard to see who jumped the highest, that's a sport. If you skateboard to say I did this trick fancier than you, that's not a sport to me. See what I mean? There's
Isn't jumping higher basically a fancy trick?
No, that's an ability.
No, yeah, ability.
Doing a trick is an ability too.
Yeah, but most of the time on
but
a skateboard,
Jenny,
they have to
you're
flip
right,
the thing twice.
But here's what I'm saying. If you and me both do a flip on a skateboard, we both don't get a 9. One of us gets it for doing it prettier because there's 4 judges and we all looked at it different.
Well, there's technique.
And every one of them will look at it different.
But what I'm saying is that if you're doing a length and I just went 10 feet and you went 10 feet, we know.
See, but
there is no judging
you know
saying,
what?
that's prettier. That was a cuter
That's because
shot.
you don't know what you're looking at. The judge
What do
is
you
trained.
mean? What can you say that?
I'm not saying I'm not invalidating what you're doing. I'm saying it's not a sport. Just that word. Like, it's not a sport to me. And again, it's my opinion, like you guys said, but it's not a sport. It's a good activity. It takes talent. It takes athletic ability. You need a judge to do it. But to me, it's a beauty pageant. And it's a talent in a beauty pageant is what you're doing. And you're having judges judge it. You're not doing a sport. You're not doing a competition.
How do you know I don't
beauty
have
pageant talent?
How do you know I don't have an vendetta? How you say it?
A vendetta.
Yeah, vendetta. Yeah, against
Who's
somebody
not paid
from
off
the
on the judges?
Yeah, from the United States. Well, I don't like them anyway, so I'm not going to. Is why he gave him a 7.5. I'm giving him a 6.9.
The East German judge.
Right.
Well,
Exactly
that's what I'm saying.
The East German,
I've been telling y'all that for years.
the East German judge.
You wouldn't think it'd be that
I
hard.
mean,
to
it
find
can
those
happen.
It can.
But it don't
I
bother me that
understand.
much anyway. That's just a way different subject. All right. Anyway, any other things you've been watching? Jalen said she didn't watch any. I'm interested in the.
Have y'all watched any gymnastics?
I like the women's gymnastics. I don't get into them. Like, I don't know why. I appreciate it more the women doing it.
Don't feel bad. I'm the same way though.
And I just what happened with Biles is sad. But you know what? You know, if stuff's going on upstairs, the best point that was made is you can get hurt. So nobody
here's my biggest thing is that we have these arguments about, and we got people on one side, people on this side. Why can't two things be true? That's the thing. You can still be a quitter and still have issues. Whether you have issues or not, you still quit. That's the definition of the word quit.
Yeah.
And people will say, well, Jordan quit. And Terry, people don't know how to do comparisons at all. I don't know what y'all doing in school time. But the ones on the internet was, Jordan quit after his championships the first time. That wasn't during game 6 of the finals. There's a difference between quitting during competition. It's like, that would be like making an error or striking out in the first inning. Your best player on the team. What if Jordan did this in the 6 finals? He's got 5 championships, remember? Because this is kind of how she said it. I've already won. You guys can go try.
Yeah.
What if Jordan did that in game 6 against the Jazz and said, you know what, guys? I've got 5 championships, 3 Olympic rings, a national championship. Scotty, I know you're upset with the Tony situation. This is your time to shine.
Well, see,
if I miss this shot, they're going to say bad things about me and blame it on me for losing.
Is she the reason that we got a silver instead of having a chance at a gold?
Probably.
She quit?
Probably.
Well,
Yeah,
maybe
just
we
plain
maybe
it-
we
plain
wouldn't
as
even
day.
got.
When she messed up, she realized they're not going to win gold because
Exactly.
of her. And she didn't want that news. Her news and her publicist, the LaMelo Ball publicist from the start, have been, this is the greatest athlete, greatest gymnast of all time. There's nothing you can't argue with.
And she is good.
And then when she's
good.
fantastic, she might be. But when when people were told that, the same thing with LeBron, and then you have failure, they don't know how to react. LeBron's failed 6 times. You're still calling yourself the best. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
She messed up in the qualifications. She fell off the balance beam, and as soon as she did it, you could see in her face she was just done. And then she messed up in the was it the floor routine she messed up in?
Yeah.
What
was it when they run down and flip
the vault?
The vault. Yeah,
Now,
the vault.
whether or not she gets the twisties and all that, fine. But again, the comparison is different. Whether it's during a play, during the competition, before and after, to me, that's the draw line.
Yeah,
and I think people got to understand it to be true. But we've never seen any athlete in the world be like,
I'd say
I'm not having fun. That was the word she used. I'm not having fun. Could you guys go ahead and win?
In her defense, I'll say this. Number one, she was a victim of that doctor who's going to spend the rest of his life in jail.
That has nothing to do with during the competition.
But I'm telling you.
Has nothing to do with during the competition.
But I'm telling you, that might create some demons that you're dealing with.
Oh, I messed up. Let me blame something that happened 10 years ago.
I'm just saying, Kevin. I'm just saying. And number
but
two.
No, okay. But you're just saying that. When she does well, does she say, I did this because of I overcome that?
I understand.
No.
I understand.
Can't use that.
And I think the message should have been, instead of saying, well, I think where she messed up the worst is she quit. And then she said, I'm not a quitter.
Right.
It's like, no.
Yes,
there you go.
You quit. Your message might have been, it's okay to quit when you think you're going to get hurt. You know, it's okay. It's okay to quit in certain situations. Don't just, well, I'm going to take my ball and go home. Now, I think that's what Kevin sees as, I'm going to take my ball and go home because I'm not having success. And I think you make some good points where people who are very successful don't know how to deal with them when they don't have success.
Well, there's a lot because
I
it
agree with
us.
that.
It ended up costing us the gold.
But, you know, you just gotta.
Listen, if it's before the competition, nobody cares. Nobody says anything. Okay, that's the issue. You're in the middle of a game.
Yeah,
that's the thing. It's the middle of a game.
I understand your point. I do. I do.
And I understand where she's coming from.
Hey guys, I struck you out. I'm not going to play the third inning.
Yeah, of people not being
that's
there.
The way, that's how I see it
that.
as a teammate. Again, it wasn't during individual.
Or you could say, I struck out. There's too much stuff going on in my head. Put Johnny in. I have to quit, and it's okay for me to quit now because Johnny's better than I am right now.
But that's cool. And that's cool from a number 7 hitter, but not from Barry Bonds.
Yeah,
not from Barry Bonds, not from Albert Pujols,
Yeah.
not from Michael Jordan. And then you show me a commercial 30 seconds later, I'm the GOAT.
Yeah.
Again, whether or not you have mental issues or whatever, part of sports, Terry, is it not? And that's what makes, and we try to explain to people about the Jordan thing, about the Black Mamba mentality. Think about the words I just said. Mamba mentality. It's the Jordan thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to win. And he got upset and on fire and about cried during his documentary when he said, if you don't want to play that way, don't play that way.
Yeah.
His exact words.
If you're going to play with me, you're going to play to win, period.
And look, everything for the girl. I pray for whatever.
She's
whatever
good.
For.
She's good. She's been good for our country.
But the argument is whether somebody's a quitter or not. That's the definition of it. During a match, you walk off the court.
That's the worst part of it, is saying, I'm no quitter. Yeah, you are. You might have had your reasons for it, and you might say, this has justified me doing it, but I just don't think you can quit and say I'm not a quitter. I mean, I guess that's the only thing I would quit. All the other stuff, especially that doctor who was going to jail for the rest of his life deservedly, that creates mental issues that may be preventing you from performing at top. But you sort of have to. It makes you look like a hypocrite. You know what I mean? It just makes you look like a hypocrite.
So in the 2004 bronze team, I finally got that. Draymond was not allowed on that team, thank God. I'm just saying it.
He might not even been in the NBA.
I will say that, Terry. He's a better representative than some of the guys on this team. Because we did have a crackhead on the team. Lamar Odom was on that team. Might have had something to do with us not getting a gold medal, Tom. Allen Iverson was on that team. Stephon Marbury was on that team. And Lamar Odom. And he ain't got nothing to do with it. Carlos is named a boozer. There's no way they're going to win a gold. But that had D. Wade, Carmelo Anthony, LeBron, Emeka Okafor, Sean Marion, Amari Stoudemire. And remember, Tim Duncan was on that team as well. Lamar Odom and Richard Jefferson. Got beat by Luis Scola, Fabricio Alberto, Walter Herman, who was like a 12th man for the Charlotte Bobcats for a few years, I believe, Ginobili, and Delfino. And that was Andres Naciano. I remember that name. And that was it. I don't remember Ruben Wachowski. Wasn't that the monster in Monsters, Inc.? It was Mike Wachowski. His brother played for the Argentinian gold team in 2004. All right, Tom, any other Olympic?
No, I'm just having a good time watching it. It's what we do every week. We don't over criticize. We don't win gold in every sport, Terry. We just enjoy the competition.
Just the ones we're expected to, Tom.
Tom, that's why we're there.
If we had an Olympic stock car racing, who do you expect to win?
Olympic stock car racing,
us or the Swedes?
I don't know. There's a lot of good European drivers out there.
Yeah.
Somebody from France.
I said stock car. They don't know what to do when a car bumps each other.
Look, didn't the French guy beat Ricky Bobby in
the movie? Yeah, it did in that movie.
Yeah.
We'll be back in a minute. KTC Broadcasting.
I'm going to be quiet.
.com to talk.
Question: where do you buy a used car with a lifetime warranty? The answer is Friendship in Forest City. Friendship has lifetime warranty on new and used cars. Unlimited time, unlimited miles. That's Friendship Nissan and Friendship Jeep Dodge Ram in Forest City.
It's back to school time, and KTC Broadcasting, Downtown Radio, and WhatsUpShopper.com are bringing you a $500 back-to-school shopping spree. All you have to do is register at one of our participating sponsors. They include Mitchem's Kitchn, Highway 27 West in Vale, at LDP Farms on Highway 18 North in Bellwood, at Jumpin' Jed's in downtown Falston, at West End Sales on Highway 18 in Vale, at Eddie's Auto Parts on East Main Street in Lincoln, Abernathy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on East Main Street, Lincoln, Carolina Hardware on the Reepsville Road in Lincoln, at Carolina Furniture Mart on North Aspen Street, Lincoln, at Bruner's Automotive East Main Street, Cherryville, and at the Great Outdoors Highway 150 East in Cherryville. The shopping spree will be given away Friday, August 27th. For a complete list of sponsors, go to WhatsUpShopper.com. You could be the winner of a $500 back-to-school shopping spree.
For the first time ever at Hendrick Appliance and Mattress Center in Shelby, it's a truckload blemish mattress sale. You'll find savings like never before. All are factory sealed. Twin size mattresses start at $119. Full and queen size start at $199. Over 150 in stock, ready to go. From a big tractor trailer full, floor to ceiling, nose to tail, full of these mattresses at Hendrick Appliance. See their page at WhatsUpShopper.com and online at HendrickAppliance.com. Located at 1241 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. On the right going down, on the left coming back. The big truck has left a bunch of goodies this week at This and That Trading Post in Dallas, like football 40-watt UFO lights for $725, portable wireless speakers $30, Moonray solar glass ball lights $850, Gibson fishing rod and shotgun lighters $6. This and That Trading Post has 88-count boxes of Pampers Pure Protection for just $20, Max Light shop lights $11, Tide 3-in-1 pods, box of 72 for $15. At This and That Trading Post, 3857 Dallas High Shoals Road in Dallas, right across from the flea market. Like them on Facebook too. There's no glory in getting beat up on the job. Aches and pains aren't trophies. They're just barriers keeping pros like you from getting work done. But Ferris Commercial Mowers help you finish strong and feel good doing it with patented suspension technology. Technology that reduces the effects of uneven terrain, virtually eliminating shock to the chassis and your body, letting you mow faster and get more done. Visit 321 Lawnmower Sales and Service at 14 North Carolina Avenue in Maiden today for a test ride. Ferris, work hard, feel good. No matter what you need to keep your home cool and comfortable, Settle Heating and Air has it. From complete Comfort Maker cooling systems to the latest in Wi-Fi capable thermostats, they have everything you need to stay comfortable. That's why you should make Settle Heated and Air your first call and your only call for all of your cooling needs. Call 704-481-1788 or find them online at settlehvac.com so you can settle in with comfort. Comfort Maker, comfort with confidence.
And we're back with Kevin and the gang, Terry, Tom, and Jalen.
It's Megan.
No, it's not.
I know it's not Megan.
Well, good morning, everybody. Let's talk a little. Excuse me, got choked up there a little bit. We got to squeeze some NFL and baseball in here in the last few minutes. I know it's. We'll do baseball, not NFL stuff. I do want to make one NFL note. Terry, I know you're excited about this. Yesterday, Trevor Lawrence threads the needle in training camp to the back of the end zone to Tim Tebow for a touchdown against the number one Jacksonville defense.
Good job.
Tebow burns the safety into the corner.
Okay.
You excited?
No.
Good job.
See, y'all are just.
They probably only had 7 guys out there against their 11.
It was 7-on-7.
There you go. There you go.
You're silly. All right, welcome to baseball. Had some trades, didn't trades, winners, losers, and all between baseball. Tom?
Hey, what's our divisions look like now? Hey, Kansas City won a bunch of
I've given up on Indians are 50-50. They split with the Cardinals, so I mean,
we're both equally terrible.
What's Kansas City back?
Equally mediocre, Tom.
Yeah, and you know the Guardians' name came out and all this stuff. I don't even think people are paying attention to the games.
Kansas City's 15 games back. Terry?
15 games back. So
I
we
think
picked
we're
up
8.
3 games.
Yeah, I think
in the
we're
last
8
week.
or 9 games
9 for the Indians.
back. Or the Guardians. What are we? We're still the Indians.
You're still the
officially.
Indians
If it's
until the
such
end of the
an
year.
awful racist name, why are they not changing it right now? No answers? Any answers? No answers?
It's the
No answers.
welcome to cancel culture, right? But I will say cancel culture is both extremes, left and right, are into the cancel culture. I'll say that. You don't agree with me? I cancel you. You didn't like my Facebook post, I delete you. That's what they.
Yeah, but
that's
only
what
one
people
side
do.
calls somebody an awful human being, a racist human being. There's a big line there.
Yeah, but
You're an awful.
no.
Well, I mean, if
I
you
will
are
say,
being
the
that.
left calls everybody on the right awful.
No, I mean
the right
everybody.
calls everybody on the left. awful.
Everything is right.
That's just the way it is. I mean, I'm about tired of it. I'm about sick of it.
Let's go. The Mets in first, Phillies, Braves in third.
Is DeGrom still injured? I think he's coming back. How could you not know?
Who's he play for?
Plays for the Mets, the best pitcher in baseball.
I'm a Cardinals fan.
Okay, all right. So you're like Terry.
Right.
Okay, I understand. As long as I understand, you're not a baseball fan. You're a Cardinals fan.
Right.
Okay.
I couldn't have told you what team DeGrom played for,
Okay.
or if that was a food.
Okay. He's only the best pitcher in baseball.
Oh,
doesn't
okay.
matter.
Good for him.
He's not
I'm
the
proud.
best pitcher in baseball.
Then
Adam
who?
Wainwright's not anymore.
Hmm.
I said Adam
Yeah, he's not
Wainwright's
the best pitcher in
Who's
I think he can make a strong
He's good.
argument.
He's good, but his offense for him does not produce for him. So it makes his record not look real good.
Well, let me ask you guys something. See if this aggravates you as much as it does me. Let's say, Terry, I call the Royals. Who's y'all's best player?
Our best
who's
player?
y'all's best player?
Merrifield.
All right. Let's say if I'm the Cardinals and I call you, and I'm like, I want to trade for that guy.
Well, we'd probably give him to you.
Well, I'm just
being honest.
You're terrible at playing along here.
Well,
all right, let me back this up. If, let's say, you're a small market NBA team with a superstar on your team. Let's say, for example, I don't know, just let's say San Antonio had just had Tim Duncan and that was it on their team. Why is it that if the Hornets call and say, let me trade for Tim Duncan, and we'll give you all 5 of our starters, 2 first-round picks, and you can hang out with Michael Jordan any day you want. And the Spurs would say no. But if the Lakers call them and say, we want Tim Duncan, like, second-round pick, you have him. Why are these trades to these big markets such with the Westbrook thing and the baseball? The Giants just acquired Rizzo. Why couldn't nobody else get him? Or was it, or no, ain't that who they got? Was it Rizzo. Or Bryant?
They got both of them.
They got both of them?
I think so. I think they got both of them.
So how do the good teams still acquire these great players without giving up anything, and the other teams, like the mediocre teams, that the Cleveland's, these mid-class teams, would make the same offer and they would laugh at them, would never make that deal with them?
Well,
is it just to get in the news? Hey, Cleveland traded with the Yankees. Like, what is the incentive of making deals like that? We're going to trade the big market teams whatever they ask for, but if a small market team, there ain't no way.
You speaking of that, well, the Yankees traded for Gallo and somebody. Well, that might have been Rizzo that went to the Yankees.
Here, I'm pulling them.
I got a feeling that's what it was. Rizzo and Gallo.
All right. Let's see. Giants got Bryant. Yankees acquiring Haney from the Angels. Braves got Soler from the Royals. Cardinals get Lester and Happ. 2 people would never help us do anything.
I think the one that really got me was Trey Turner, the shortstop for the Washington Nationals, is now an L.A. Dodger. How did they get him? He's an all-star.
The Dodgers land Scherzer and Turner.
Yeah. How does that happen?
Like, what do they have in their minor leagues that makes that happen? Yeah. Is that one of them things where they're taking on contracts where, again, the rich team can just
think
be
of
like,
it. You just got
Bettis
last year. Now you got you a
Yanks got
shortstop
Gallo.
this year.
Yanks got Gallo from Texas.
Yeah.
They got Trey Turner and Max Scherzer for 4 prospects.
Think of that. How does those teams get better?
For prospects.
Yeah.
Like, the Cardinals could have offered them 4 starters and they just told them no. But you can offer them 4. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, you tell me St. Louis don't have 4 prospects. We ain't got 5 prospects? There's 9 on the starting lineup in AAA. Here, take our whole AAA for Scherzer and Trey Turner.
Well,
it might help us win this year.
Your deal out here right now with the Major League Baseball is Chicago Cubs is getting rid of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody off the team. If you name them and they were a starter,
I think I saw
gone.
Jason Hayward and one other person or the last two from the championship
that's what
team.
I'm saying. They getting rid of everybody they had.
They Florida Marlined it.
Yeah.
They did like the Marlins.
They
Exactly.
Florida Marlined it. They did. They brought in Theo. He Florida Marlined them. So there you go. I just the trade thing aggravates me. There has to be some type of behind it. Like, again, nobody in the league wanted Russell Westbrook and had something better than what that poo-poo platter that the Lakers. How does the Lakers continue? How can the Lakers say in every rumor on TV, Terry is, well, Damian Lillard to the Lakers. Well, this guy to the Lakers. Well, who do they have to trade? Like if the Hornet, if they offered you Terry, Kuzma, Montrell Green, or whatever, Harrell, and a second round pick, was the 24th pick, and KCP.
Pope went in that deal, didn't he? Pope.
Are you giving them Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown for any of that?
No, I'm not.
That's what I'm saying. Is like, why do these small market teams win? They're basically operating as a minor league system, if that's
because
what we're doing.
Can't. Eventually, they can't. It's just like Cleveland and Sexton. That basically they get okay. It's time for my contract. Okay.
But my deal with the Lakers is that good, or maybe you should have kept Rondo.
Now, as far as the fit wise goes, that's the thing everybody's talking about.
Can Westbrook?
We're gonna have a lot to talk about that coming up in the NBA season, but
because he's gonna shoot, he's not giving the ball up to LeBron and AD anytime they need it.
They don't have much shooting at all. They're going to be playing the old school park basketball.
Well, they're playing like Boston does. Yeah, whatever, it's 1-on-1 when you get down to offense.
Well, I was just going to mean like they're playing park balls and trying to run up down the court. And if you got those three guys, who's shooting? They're all 34% or less from three. Westbrook and LeBron were 65 and 67% at free throws last year. Are you going to play hack a Westbrook and LeBron? Before they even think about it, would it not be smarter once they start going to the bucket, foul them at the top of the key?
You might as well.
Would you rather have Westbrook or LeBron having dunk attempts and getting contact at the rim, or just foul them at the top of the key and go, hey, guess you two free throws? Good luck. That's why I'm trying to find this picture, Terry, about the Lakers when they guarded Westbrook last year, and there's pictures of them. The Lakers, with LeBron, don't guard Westbrook. They would stand in the lane and go guard someone else. They would double team whoever else, their other main player, whether it was Bill or Harden, and then they were leaving Westbrook wide open. As in wide open. Like they were standing in the lane. I'm trying to find the pictures, but they're just not coming up on the Google. Probably Twitter's better than that. But again, think about that, you're adding that to your team. So you've already shown players how you think you should guard this guy. So they're going to be double teaming Anthony Davis and LeBron, and Westbrook's going to be standing a 3-pointer wide open. Jerry, they're going to win?
They should not.
I don't think they will either. All right, how are they going to be if Klay Thompson's healthy? How are they going to beat Golden State?
Yeah, I can't believe Thompson's missed 2 years now.
Think about it. If he's healthy,
2 years.
They've got Wiggins still there. He can play the wings with those guys, play defense.
Wiseman's going to play the middle.
And they just got another lottery pick too. So they've got young athletes down
in the top 14.
Yeah, they got young athletes down low. They got young kids and go get the boards. Yeah. Basically, it's Steph and Klay. We're going to shoot. Y'all go get our rebound and then kick it back to me.
Yeah.
And I don't know if the Lakers can deal with that. All right, Terry.
And Draymond will be teaching.
Draymond will be. If they were smart, they'd cut him and spend that $20 million on something else, wouldn't they, Terry? Wouldn't they, Tom?
I would. I guess.
All right.
I'm just tired of talking about Draymond.
I know, right? Real quick, any other news and notes for you guys? Chandler, you got anything to say to anybody?
You guys can come see me at Izzy Q Barbecue tonight. I'll be waitressing.
All right, Terry.
Well, I'm gonna say something for Jalen. She did go on vacation. She went to Panama City.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about that. That's all I would want to know.
The beaches were great.
Only arrested twice.
Yeah, only twice.
So
I wanted to hit 3, but couldn't get there.
The ACC we didn't even talk college football about that. We'll get to that next week. ACC preseason poll came out. Terry, where's the Wolfpack in their division?
Ooh,
do you know?
Probably
or are you
fourth.
Guessing?
Fourth.
Second. They got a first place vote.
Did they really?
Over Clemson.
Well, I know They got a good quarterback.
What's y'all's
Leary.
coach's name again?
There's a homer.
Yeah.
There's a homer somewhere.
Yeah, that might have been my vote.
Yeah,
That
might
was
have been Terry's.
Terry's.
Yeah,
Well, I'm
out
gonna
of
tell
it.
you what, daggum NC State's gonna
Yeah,
beat that most
dadgummit.
Phoenix.
What's that daggum bow and arrow thing called?
That daggum phone and everything.
We got a good quarterback coming back. Leary, he's back, so we should be okay.
Carolina's first on the other
I figured he
side.
picked us fourth.
Miami second, Virginia Tech third, Pitt fourth. On that side, if you're wondering about the ACC, did a couple other news and notes. Terry, in the last 5 years, no, since 2015, that's 6 years. Well, 5 years. It depends how you count it. The top 5 records in FBS: Alabama 1, 92%, 79-6. Clemson 2, Ohio State 3, Oklahoma 4. And the Mountaineers of Appalachian State, 5. Best
From the
records
Who Cares department
in FBS.
Appalachian State football.
In
news.
FBS. You know what they got more? They got more wins than Chapel Hill against. Well, on the same
I believe Appalachian State got 0 losses.
Do they have classes at Appalachian State?
0 losses.
Can you
in
go
bowl
to
games.
can you go to class up there?
I think it's the #1 education school in the state.
Is
Tom.
it? Is
that's
that?
just what it
I
says.
just
Which
didn't
means,
know.
and since you went to Charlotte, that means you weren't properly educated.
That's what
right, Terry. Terry, where'd you go to school again?
Well, I'm
Where'd
just
you go to
telling.
school again, Terry?
Well, I'm just telling you.
Wait
as
a
far
minute, Terry.
as
Where did you
Tom-
go to college?
As far as Tom goes, yeah.
I'm just giving a hard time to Appalachian State. Everybody don't get mad at me for saying something.
All
I've
right,
got
guys.
lots of friends that teach school that graduate from Appalachian. I'm just kidding, Kevin.
Well, thanks for listening, everybody. We'll appreciate it. Saturday morning sports talk. Obviously, Friendship, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram. We've got American Legion today, and we've got American Legion tomorrow. American Legion girls softball Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So American Legion baseball today, tomorrow. Softball Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Football's coming up in a couple weeks, guys. 3-4 weeks away. KTCBroadcasting.com. America wins.
United States.
I only do things incredible can, 'cause I